Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers taking two of the first three from the Kansas City Royals this weekend. Each game has featured big moments. Dylan Dingler delivering the lead and the win. Game 1, 8th inning RBI double. Tarek Skubal striking out Lane Thomas. 2 in scoring position in the 3rd inning of Game 2. And then yesterday, the big home run late. Nick Lofton, of all people, hitting a home run that breaks the 2-2 tie, delivers the win for Kansas City. Today, Framber Valdez tries to bounce back from his shortest start of his career. He's got a good track record of doing that. Tigers try to take another series from the Kansas City Royals. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is presented by Bet365. Welcome inside Comerica Park along with Andy Dirks. I'm Dan Dickerson. How about this? 6 games, Tigers and Royals this year at Comerica Park. All have been decided by 1 run. The Tigers have won 5 of the 6, but you kind of expect more of the same today.
You would
or
expect
maybe
that,
not.
but hopefully not today. The way it's looking for the Tigers, hopefully that streak ends. The Tigers can pull out early and establish a game, because we know these one-run games, just like we saw yesterday, even though you're in command and control of it, it seems like you should get the W. They don't always go your way. Look at the graphic right here with the amount of teams that have shown it. It's impressive to say, hey, all these one-run games. We're talking 1985, 1986, the year I was born, Dan. You got to go back in somewhat of baseball history to find this. There's a few things that factor into that. 1, it's usually not a high run-scoring environment when those things are happening. 2, the defensive, both are playing pretty well. And then also starting pitching, which has been kind of the story of what we've seen. The Tigers haven't been able to really rush any of the Royals starters in the same way the Royals haven't been able to rush any of the Tigers starters. And with Framber going today, you hope against a lineup that's a little depleted without Bobby Witt, without Michael Garcia, he can get right back on track.
Yeah, Tigers and offense has been kind of quiet for the last 5 days. One guy who is not quiet, you love him, Ha-Yu Lee.
He's really impressed us. The maturity from the first time we have seen him up until about these last 2 weeks, he's really putting his mark on the quality player that he is. He's got that big league presence about him, able to hit balls in all locations. We saw that fastball at the neck yesterday right there. He smacks it over Jack Caglione's head. And then the changeup that's up out of the zone, that's Michael Wacha. That's not a guy who gives up a ton of deep flies. And Ha-Yu Lee has been putting on a show. It's been fun to watch.
Tiger offense will try to break out today. Make it another series win. It would be 6 of 7. On this day, 50 years ago, we remember a guy who had a season that's one of the greatest in Major League history. Everybody remembers this. Mark the Bird Fidrich. Tigers baseball on the Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan. Try the new Sprite Berry Blast today. Your favorite soda not topped with a smooth, cold foam. By Rally House, Michigan. It's your city, it's your house. It's the Rally House. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. It's incredible that it was 50 years ago that there was a summer unlike any other we've seen in Major League Baseball. The summer of the bird, you really had to be there. One more thing today, we look at how the crowds built for Mark the Bird Fidrich's starts at home. You see in May it was 15,000 for his first one. It's like, hey, this guy's interesting. Oh, look, he's talking to the ball. Oh, look, he's really animated. Oh, look, he's getting outs. Look at that. 47, 51, 50. I mean, the ballpark was full every time he pitched. If you, not many games on TV, you wanted to know if you didn't catch it on radio, what happened with the Bird tonight. It was a sensation like nothing you've ever seen. And we will be talking more about it during the game today, but Mark the Bird Fidrich had a summer like no other, and this entire state of Michigan, Tiger Nation, was captivated. Tigers will try to make it 6 wins in their last 7 series with a win today over the Kansas City Royals. First pitch coming up.
Honda dealer today.
Tigers baseball, man, we've had great crowds all weekend long. Is presented by Figer Law. Great weather, big crowds. There's a buzz building around this Tigers team.
Boy, is there. They're playing much better baseball since June. It's been a fun weekend, too, to just all the memories that this ballpark and the old ballpark, Tiger Stadium, had. 125 years of Tigers baseball. See some of the old faces that made so many memories, and hopefully some more memories can be made today.
Absolutely. You know, Framber Valdez, we've talked about how he's coming off his shorter start of his career. This is a guy, Andy, who just stood up and owned it. Said, I was terrible. I expect more out of myself. And what we have seen in his he's had 3 rough starts this year. Each time he has bounced back to turn in a gem, usually for the Tigers. Tigers starting pitcher presented by Wallside Windows. And really, given this lineup today, you look for that from Framber today.
Yeah, this is a depleted lineup he's going to face today. It's a good day to get back on track. We've seen him just have some very unusual blow-ups on the mound when it comes to run production from the other squads. He's such a consistent pitcher over his career with that sinker curveball changeup combo. Curveball needs to be a little sharper today. See if he can get some more swing and miss, manage this lineup, because the Tigers do not want to have to go deep in the bullpen today.
The threats in this lineup today, again, it's not a lineup that scares you without Bobby Witt Jr. and Michael Garcia. But Lane Thomas has put together a lot of good at-bats. Lofton is very good against lefties. Salvador Perez is having his worst year in the major leagues, but he is productive against lefties. So really, it's about those top 3 guys. Caglione does a good job against lefties, but those are the guys that really concern you if you're Framber Valdez. And let's face it, it becomes a pretty pitchable lineup after that.
For sure, and the defense needs to make the plays behind Framber today. You know, you're going to have a lot of ground balls to the left side of that infield. And don't let them have those free base runners via the walk. And hopefully a lot of the damage is limited. Don't let them hit the ball up in the air.
Tigers starting defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Green, Outman, Carpenter left to right, Keith, McGonigal, Lee, and Torkelson from third over to first. Colt Keith is playing really good defense right now. McGonigal's been terrific all year. Hayu Lee, he plays with energy and he gets to balls, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's been cool to see the young guys come up and make such an impact on this club in a stretch where they really needed a little bit of that energy, that vibrance, go out and win some ball games, have fun. Remember, baseball is a game. It's fun. And that guy right there is having a ton of fun playing right now.
Lane Thomas in the leadoff spot today. He's hitless in 12 at-bats. His strength as a right-handed batter, left-handed sinkers. Time for StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. It's a small sample size, but that does mean something when you see 6 for 16 with some power for him against lefty sinkers this year. The sinker has been Framber Valdez's best pitch. He's starting to get a lot more ground balls. Remember, for a while there, he was giving up more balls in the air, very unusual. He's starting to get those balls on the ground consistently. First pitch of the game, fastball up and away. And we are underway. A cloudy day here at Comerica Park. What's up with that? I mean, we've had nothing but sunshine for like the last 20 home games. The 1-0. Curveball misses in, and Andy, we really do watch right from the start with Framber. Kind of the body language. You can see the frustration sometimes build early, but more than anything, that curveball.
Yeah.
When it's on early and it becomes a weapon, it just seems like that sets up everything else. And it has been inconsistent this year, leading to, for him, an unusual amount of inconsistency.
He hasn't got the swing and miss on the curveball. I mean, it's 12% less swing and miss on that pitch type. And you try to put your finger on it. You know, you dig into data, you dig into everything. You go, there's nothing that's really glaring that stands out.
2-1. A good call and the change-up away.
And generally that means there's just a certain number of competitive curveballs that he throws versus not.
You can see it reflected in the run value. 2 years ago, he had a great year for Houston, and it was, well, all 3 pitches were outstanding. He's sinker, curveball, change, but to see the curveball value drop, and that's reflected in balls and strikes as well as how the at-bat ends.
Right.
And it's just, like you said, sometimes the walks come at the wrong time. He's not locating it at the right time. It's kind of a big early pitch. In the air to right, Carpenter. We'll watch that one get over the wall and out. And it was a sinker from Framber Valdez. 10th home run of the year for Lane Thomas, and a 1-0 Royals lead.
Yeah, you teed it up. This guy crushes sinkers from the left-handed pitchers, and when you miss with that 2-2 slider as bad as he did, Lane Thomas has a pretty good inkling of what's coming. It's a sinker away and elevated. He just goes with the pitch, doesn't take a big swing at it, just good solid contact, lifts it up and out. That's a wall scraper there.
This is where you really look to Framber Valdez to dial it in over. I mean, we saw Kidder Montero. I mean, what a job he did in his start in Chicago. Gave up a home run single, 2 of the first 3 batters, and then he dialed it in. Line drive, base hit into center field. Nick Lofton, good numbers against lefties. Sharp single into center field. First 2 have reached for Kansas City.
And this is just falling behind in counts. He went 2-0 to Lane Thomas, and then he's 1-0 right there to Nick Lofton. So they know what's coming when you get in those counts. He's going to throw the sinker. He's going to try to get back into the count.
First home run allowed by Framber Valdez. That's 70+ starts ago. Oh, I'm sorry, 2025. So early last year.
There's the miss with the curveball. His reliable curveball is that one that starts away and backdoors it, and he can steal a strike with it.
And
that one there is just non-competitive.
Yeah, you can just, I mean, he'll steal a strike, and it's got a good shape. You can see it right from the start. Doesn't mean he can't dial it in, but you often get an indication right from the start. Salvador Perez, home run in the 7th inning, tied the game at 2. Became the all-time home run leader in Kansas City history. It was quite a moment on the field after the game. He's getting interviewed for the Kansas City broadcast post-game. His entire team came out and stood behind him, up and in, and it hit him. So this is not unlike the start.
That's a 4-seam fastball. He's trying to go in. Plunks Salvi right in the arm. You can see Framber's frustrated right now. He's got to learn to control, get that emotion under control. There's a lot of baseball to be played here. You got a lefty up at the plate. He can work his breaking ball away and work that sinker down underneath his hands, get him a ground ball. Quick double play, get right back into this outing.
That's why it's so important that ground ball rate has come back up. Sinker for a strike. Caglione does a decent job against lefties. He's having a good year. 250 with power. He's very aggressive against lefties. He will not walk. He's going to be swinging the bat. The strike 1. Ground ball chopped to the right side, and that'll only be 1. Torque to second base to get Salvador Perez.
It's a good job by Torque understanding who's on the bases.
Yep.
And we've seen those ground balls come off these bats. It's like, I don't know how many I've seen with guys on base that are just too slow to turn a double play.
Yeah.
Caglione just absolutely murders that ball into the ground right at home plate. But heads up play by Torque, understand the base runner to at least get one of the runners that would be in scoring position. And now you still keep the double play in order here with Starling Marte coming up.
Yeah, you and I were talking before the game. It really does seem to be an odd combination for Framber of really hard hit ground balls, like 2 hoppers at 105, and then the ones that get chopped beat right into the ground by home plate.
Yeah, it's really hurt his double play turn behind percentage. And those are big for a sinker baller. Anytime you get a couple double plays a game, that really changes the way an outing can look.
Marte hasn't had much playing time. It's a double play candidate if you can get him to hit it on the ground. When you look at all the metrics on pitches and the shape of his curveball, it all looks kind of the same as it was 2 years ago when it was a plus pitch for him. Sinker still average velocity right at 94. Change up low and in, but the inconsistency is the puzzle piece that's missing, or the one that stands out.
Well, a lot of times, Dan, it's just confidence. You start doubting yourself a little bit, and that can snowball in the wrong direction.
2-1, ground ball foul down the third baseline.
And we've seen even some of the great players in the game. You know, there's times where their confidence wavers a little bit in their stuff, and you're like, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Why is it not working? And because if you can't find metrics to do it, you can't find anything else,
Yeah.
you go, well, what's wrong with me? Are they maybe in my tip and pitches? That your brain goes in all these different directions, and then you got to just go back out and just go compete. Just go play baseball.
Runners at the corners already. A run in. Curveball. There's a beauty. Dylan Dingler likes what he saw. Strikeout of Marte for the second out.
Just like that right there. Just trust your stuff. He's thrown that pitch a million times in his life. And it starts so far out of the zone, you see by the time Marte recognizes it and tries to get a piece of it, he's over the top of it.
That's the curveball right there.
Yeah, it's a good breaker. You know, unless the guy's setting on that, it's going to be tough to hit.
Brings up Isaac Collins, switch hitter, batting from his much weaker right side. Just a little over 200 without much power for Collins from the right side. And he's a much more aggressive hitter as well. He's got pretty solid numbers as a lefty. He's had some good swings in this series, double and a home run, and some hard hit outs. Wow. Like a pretty good pitch. But if Dylan Dingler's not challenging,
That ball's up.
up just a little bit.
Dingler's like, nope, that's up. It's amazing how good he's been back there with the challenges this year. Something that was new to a lot of these guys, unless you came up from AAA this year.
So much work went into it. Valdez trying to strand two here in the first inning. Already the pitch count over 20. Man, when he gets into a groove, I mean, think of 2 starts ago against the A's. He just, I mean, he gets rolling. It's quick outs. It's swing and miss. It's dominance. The 2-1. Up and away. And while the walk rate isn't, it's high for him, but his strike throwing is actually better this year. As you pointed out, it just seems like they're coming at the wrong time.
Yeah, the walks have been.
The walks.
It's been those snowball innings. We can't put a lid on it.
This becomes a big early pitch. 3-1. He walked him. It really is a puzzle. And that's going to bring Chris Fetter out for a first inning visit. That's 2 starts in a row. He was on his way to the mound after 4 batters in Chicago. The first 7 batters in that game reached. And we know that both he and A.J. Hinch have that psychology degree, and I think it's every day.
Well, you just got to make
use.
make pitches in the big leagues. You know, Fromber, he's got the stuff to get out.
Right.
It's just that in certain spots, he just hasn't been able, like that at bat right there.
I mean, that you can't walk that guy.
You got to get after him. That 2-2 pitch. That, you know, when the curveball's non-competitive, it changes the at bat. You see the difference between the Marte at bat and this last at bat. The Marte at bat, he threw a good one, got strike 3. This at bat, he missed, like high and arm side, like not even close, ball out of hand, and then he misses with a sinker, and then that's the difference in the at bat, the execution on that pitch.
Tyler Tolbert at the plate. He's kind of their pinch running specialist, defensive specialist, but he can hit a little bit too. Another curveball and a big miss. Tolbert's hitting .317. It's only 63 at bats, but I think it's all the more impressive given that he's mostly used as a pinch runner. He doesn't get many regular at bats, like none, and he's been very productive. Ground ball to the right side, bobbled by Hayu Lee. So sure-handed. Out number 3. I think he was looking at how fast Tolbert getting down that line. 2-0 Kansas City.
He got over to the ball and it bounced up on him a little bit, hit him in the palm. And that's one of those, you know, Dan, we talk a lot about guys trying to be too perfect with the fundamentals of the game sometimes. He really wanted to get his body all the way around it instead of just reaching down and catching the baseball. there's a level of athleticism these guys have at the big league level that they can trust. But it's kind of that in between. Can I get around it all the way? And then his hand got stuck, his left hand kind of got stuck up against his body.
Yeah, you don't always have to get around it, do you? The 1-0. Another guy you really got to go right after, Luke Maile. He just hasn't played much baseball in the last few years. Just 2 for 10 this year. Career .209 hitter with no power. Sinker for a strike. But strike one has been a problem so far today. Just 3 of the first 8 batters have seen strike one. More balls than strikes so far. 29th pitch of the first inning. Maile took a rip at the sinker. Count evens up 2-2. Robert Valdez just needs to get through this inning and reset. And A.J. Hinch is not messing around after what he watched the last time out in Chicago. Brendan Hannafy is up and throwing in the first inning. Breaking ball, tap foul. Boy, it just felt like he guided that one, Andy.
Just a little confidence. He's got to get back to, realizing how good he is. It just looks like at times he's just not really having fun and playing baseball currently on the mound, which when you're in some of those modes where you're struggling, it's hard. It's not real fun at all. But he's such a good pitcher. He's got such good stuff. You hate to see it unravel on him.
6th pitch of the at-bat. Fly ball to right field, deep and playable. Carpenter takes care of Luke Maile. 8 men to the plate. Error extends the inning, and the Royals take the lead. Bottom of the first coming up. Tigers down 2. Take a look at the Tigers lineup presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. See the lefties, 3 of the top 4 against the righty, Luinder Avila. Dylan Dingler having a terrific season. Nice chat with Kerry Carpenter about some of the things he's working on. I'm looking for him to maybe be on the verge of breaking out. After talking with him today, Luinder Avila, he's been bouncing back and forth between the bullpen and the rotation. Actually, he started in the bullpen. Now he's made 10 consecutive starts. This is a 5-inning guy. And don't let that ERA fool you. There's one game where he gave up 8 runs in 2/3 of an inning as a starter. The other 9 starts, his ERA is just over 3. Now, again, he's a kind of a 2 times through the order guy. But, Andy, it's a good arm. And generally, he has given the Royals 5 solid innings.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. He got 2 types of fastballs, the sinker and the 4-seam. He loves the slider to righties. He'll throw the slider to lefties too, but he likes the curveball a little more to the lefties and the changeup for his secondary stuff. But the key with him is get him in the zone, because he will spray a little bit.
Yes, he will.
He's prone to walk a few. And the hope for the Tigers today is he gets Mr. Middle, and a couple easy ones to see out of hand, get you in a good count and rip it.
Keith pops it up, playable. Maile, 1 out in the first. Take a look at the defense behind Avila. Collins has made some nice plays in left. Lane Thomas covers ground. He's got a big arm in center. He's played a very good center field here in 3 games. Caglione, well,
he's got a better arm than Lane Thomas.
We saw his arm in April, and we saw it again last night. It's an absolute rocket. Righties actually have the big edge against this righty, so he's got opposite platoon splits. It's a pretty big gap. He sees more lefties still every game. Righties hit him for higher average, more power. They draw a lot more walks. That's a very good changeup, down and away.
Yeah, he's got that delivery too, where he kind of rocks back, and it's that little hesitation and that big move forward that gets you out in front of those type of changeups, because you don't know exactly when to get ready and when to get your foot down.
On the slider, fly ball softly into left field for Collins. Makes the easy running grab for the 2nd out in the first. Now leave it up to Gleyber Torres.
You remember Tim Lincecum used to rock back more than he did, but anytime you face a guy with that big rock back, your mind wants to start you a little too soon. So you start already separating to go get your foot down and your hands back, and you kind of can get in that spot and get a little stuck because the ball's not coming right away. See that little hesitation right there at the end.
He does get way back, doesn't he?
And you saw where Glaber was out in front right there, and then by the time the slider came, he's out in front. So right now you're going, but then that little rock back adds a little tick of a second that it gets you. Everything's ready, but the ball's not out of his hand yet, which is not good. You want that, that everything in sync, your timing, your rhythm. Your foot's coming down as you're seeing the pitch to deliver the barrel.
Got good extension as well in his delivery, adding to the difficulties for that guy at the plate. Luke Maley, veteran backup. He said he doesn't hit a whole lot. He's around still in his 30s because he's really good behind the plate. Doesn't grade out well, but Royals like having him back there, and he's been that back there for the last couple of years as a backup.
It was funny when he went and caught that Colt Keith pop-up over by the on-deck circle on the first base dugout. He looked out at Salvi, said, "Where are you, bro?" Salvi didn't move.
I was wondering who he was talking to.
Yeah. "Where are you, bro?" Salvi's like, "You got it. All you. I'm good over here. That's too far."
Salvi logs a couple dozen games, maybe, at first base every year. Still behind the plate, of course. And a lot of DHing. 2-2. Line drive to left. Collins makes the catch. This is what
Collins
we're
was
watching.
there, but Salvi wasn't there. Maley says, "Where are you, bro?"
Good drivers hate.
2-0 Royals to the top of the second inning. Let's remember why the Tigers were so excited. Everybody was excited when the Tigers signed this guy because he has been one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball for the last 5 seasons. He's #1 in wins. He's in the top 10 in ERA. And look at the guys ahead of him. It's a pretty good group. He's durable. He averages 30 starts a year. He's logged the 5th most innings. Again, he got the best average yearly contract for a lefty in history for a reason.
Yeah, he's been one of the most consistent starters in all of baseball, and he's left-handed. Who wouldn't love that on your team?
Velasquez pops it up, and that will get into the seats down the right field line. Yes, it has been an inconsistent season, but at the beginning, Andy, 8 of his first 9 starts, he had that 1 dud start against Boston. 8 of the first 9, he gave up 2 runs or fewer in 8 of the 9.
The stuff still plays. The sinker's fine. The curveball's good. It's just location and confidence.
Handled that ground ball. I like how he waited a beat there.
Well, he had to collect his thoughts after it comes in hot like that. He's like, "Oh, I did catch it. All right."
For a while, his ground ball rate his career rate is, you can see, 60. It was below 50. And everybody's kind of like, whoa, what's going on here?
Well, the strike zone.
Now he's dialed it back in.
When the strike zone changes, the challenge system comes out. He's trying to navigate because he's thrown the sinker up more often this year, and it's got hit a little more because of that.
Beauty of a curveball to Lane Thomas, who homered to start the game.
And then that'll mess with your psyche. Between the ears is the biggest element that most of these players are trying to control. It's very difficult game, this game of baseball. And as soon as it's going good, it can go bad. And you got to continue to keep working and trying to improve and make adjustments.
Curveball bounces, starting to dial it in, but still inconsistent.
But I've been around a lot of big league clubhouses, and there are very few. When you walk up next to Fromber, he is a house of a man. I mean, he's built, he's strong, throws 95, 96, 94 mile an hour sinker.
Softly to short. McGonigal takes care of Lane Thomas. Let's go down to Logan Reaver. Logan, he's also coming back from, he was on the bereavement list, and he lost someone very special in his life in the last couple of weeks.
He did, and Andy was just talking about, the mental part of the game. He's also navigating the emotions from that bereavement list with a funeral in the Dominican Republic for his grandmother, who she played a huge hand in raising him while his mother worked. She cheered for him at every single level of baseball, and whenever he'd get the chance to go back to the Dominican, first place he would go. Her house with jerseys, baseballs, just other things from his baseball life. She didn't necessarily like to travel a lot, so she never saw him play in person, but you know she was always watching him on TV.
She was very special, and that's, again, part of the mental side, and you always have to remember these are human beings as well. Thanks, Logan. Tigers down 2 to the bottom of the second.
If the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. I had some curly fries the other day. They were delicious. Jack, he found him a little coupon, and he's like, he wanted to go to Arby's.
Well, did the Tigers score 3? Is that what,
No,
was that the
no,
coupon?
they did, but we just went there because he had a coupon. He was adamant. He wanted to get the meats.
They're really good. Consistency is important.
I love it when a kid's into it too, because every bite, he's like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Ketchup. Ground ball to first. Fouled by Salvador Perez. He just got down into his catcher stand.
That's
blocked
exactly
it.
what he did. he went down and blocked it like it was a slider in the dirt.
There's one thing about Salvador Perez.
Look right there. Look at his hands. Look how he goes down. That's 100%. Like he's blocking a ball.
That's all he wanted to do there.
That's great.
He just loves playing the game. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. We didn't get a chance to talk about it a whole lot, but that scene last night after when the whole team was standing behind him for the post-game interview, that just warmed my heart.
Well, it
really
shows you
did.
the type of guy he is in the clubhouse. He is an icon in Kansas City, and guys that have played with him just rave about how fun he is, how excited he is.
Dingler takes a pitch low and away. This was after the game yesterday. He set the all-time franchise home run record with his home run in the 7th inning. Everybody, oh, look at that. I missed that part. On the field. So great. Fastball away, and Dingler's got the good hitters count, but he's Salvi. He was the heart and soul in those years where they went to the World Series back-to-back years. And he still is. Yes, the numbers are down offensively, but he is still a looming presence and just a genial, positive presence in that clubhouse every day. You love watching those matchups with Skubal, don't you?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Tigers trying to get something started in the second. Dingler didn't challenge. He's pretty good on both sides of the ball, challenging, and again, that was probably going to be called a strike if he had challenged. Those went to challenge on both sides. Again, righties have the edge against this righty because mainly of that. A lot of walks. It's a gigantic walk rate. And you said, so Andy, there's two things going on for righties. You talked about the rock back, could mess with timing, and the middle and miss guys are awfully hard to sometimes zone in.
Well, just like that 3-1 pitch to Dingler. He just got lucky. It happened to be on the edge. Ended up walking him, but
high in the air to right, and look out! Whoa! Caglione was calling off Velasquez the whole way, but he almost didn't get there.
yeah, he was coming in. Looks like the wind's blowing in a little bit today. But Caglione makes the play at the very end, calling off the infielder. If he doesn't catch it, probably a force out at second.
Yeah.
But he just didn't want to run into Velasquez. Gave him a little space.
Tork's hitless in 8 at-bats in the series. First pitch is a slider low and away. There isn't any particular offering from this righty that has shut down righties this year. Again, he's got the good fastball, but it's mostly just 3 pitches to righties. 2 types of fastballs and a slider. Slider's been hit for average and for power. Fastball's been hit for average.
Ain't nobody hitting that one 2-0. That's about paint.
Perfect down and away. Still the good hitters count for Torque. Yank the slider. Righties have hit him for a little bit of power, not a ton. It's just he's constantly falling behind. Yet to a lot of advantage counts. Tigers trying to start something with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. That's a very good, sharp, late-breaking slider, just like a fastball out of hand.
That's a good count to let it fly, though. Torque's trying to hit a home run to left field on this pitch. If it's a fastball, he's going to be on it. And that's a good slider. So now you balance your approach back up, because he could go fastball. He could go slider. Teams have pretty much concluded that they need to pitch Spencer Torkelson away.
And he's seeing a steady diet away. Dingler will be off for the pitch. Perez holding with him. Curveball backed up. Righties don't see that pitch very often. Backed up on the right part of the plate, though.
Yeah, just stayed inside far enough. Torque couldn't clear his hands. And at 82, he's a little out in front. But that's when pitchers get away with some of those mistakes. They're bad enough, you can't hit them.
Dingler again will be off for the pitch. The 3-2 again.
You see where they want to go with that fastball. Woo. Working that outside edge.
Yep. That's some life.
He's got good stuff, Dan.
Yep.
I like he's got a good delivery. It's just that that command. You see when it's on, it's tough.
8th pitch of the at-bat. He'll see 9.
Been working both the sinker and the 4-seam. Saw that one riding in on the hands. The 4-seam stayed true on the outside half.
You hear it a lot, Andy, that if you've got 2 types of fastballs, especially these days, the way hitters are trying to hit and launch, that is really one of the keys.
Yeah, keep them off the barrel. That's it.
Away with a slider. So if a pitcher like Avila had both types of fastballs,
yeah.
I mean, they've always had both types of fastballs,
right?
But it seems like it's held in higher value today to have both types of fastballs, the 4-seam and the 2-seam. How would you approach it, knowing if those were his 2 key pitches?
Well, I'd want to know which one was better. What's his better one out of the 2? Because usually they're not straight across the board their best. Because then,
right.
you know, in a leverage situation, they're more likely to go to the one that they are better at throwing.
Fouled out of play. James Outman, big home run in game 1.
And then if you can break down, okay, that 4-seam up, that one that really rides, then you know when you get 3-2 or you get behind the count, that's the one they're going to try to go for swing and miss. And is there one that they command better? So then you can kind of determine, okay, out of these 2, which one might I be more apt to see in certain situations?
Off the plate and in with the 4-seam.
I'll tell you what, if he figures out how to throw the swing back sinker with that arm,
look out.
Because even that torque at bat, he was throwing the 4-seam. He likes the 4-seam on that side of the plate into a lefty away to the righty. We haven't seen a swing back yet.
Live sinker. It seems like the other difference from when you played, I mean, it's not even that long ago, but more pitchers are throwing their 2-seam quote-unquote sinker belt high and above.
Yeah. Yeah, the top of the zone is definitely where a lot of these pitchers like to play. There's more swing and miss there.
The 1-2. Got him. With a sinker up and at 99. Tigers threaten, do not score, down 2 after 2.
Tiger Law, official.
In our call, Sam, best call, you know, Dan, I don't know if you remember going all the way back to the Chicago. We were sharing food with people, right? the camera guy Julio. But with 125 years, there's special food going around the ballpark all weekend. And wouldn't you know, I have one of them in the Big Joe sampler. We got some sausages, some pretzels, some pierogies. I myself am going to get a little sausage action going.
Why is that out in right field? Why isn't that up here in the booth?
You wait. I'm getting to you. As I talk with my mouth full. I'm getting to you. Does anybody want any? What? Okay. Do you want it with honey mustard? Do you like honey mustard? Yeah, I'll dip it in for you.
Cold Keith.
I gave you a lot of honey mustard. I'm so sorry.
You said it, Dan. Colt Keith's defense has improved and continues to improve as he's played more third base. But this is a rangy play here on Salvi. Just two-step dive, secures the baseball, gets up quick, makes a beautiful throw to first. That's a tough play.
Love it.
You ready? Cheers. How was it? Is Big Joe approved?
I went to the Morgan Wallen concert last night.
Oh, so you're playing hurt.
I'm battling here. I'm pretty hungover, but this is incredible.
What you're saying is I'm saving your life a little bit here. How was the show?
Show was good. Go Blue. It was like a great show. One of the best concerts I've ever been to.
How was that pretzel? Is that one of the best you've ever had?
The concert was the second best thing to this pretzel.
That's what we call branding. Now we're going to get some in the booth for you soon.
Yeah, because you know we like our snacks.
Yeah, and also apparently Morgan Wallen.
That's called just-in-time delivery right there.
Yes, it is.
He needed it.
He needed it.
You notice he's in the shade, too.
Yeah. Smarter than me. Sweating everywhere. That's probably why. I don't know if anybody else wants this now that I know how sweaty I am. Try anyway.
2-2 on Caglione. Going back to Cole Keith and his defense, Bobby, again, the work that he has put in, but A.J. Hinch always wants to put out his best defenders on days that Framber Valdez is starting because of the ground ball rate. That's a big deal that he gets the start at third.
Yeah, A.J.'s very transparent with, if you want to know what he's thinking of a player, just watch where I play him and when I play him and how I play him and the way I use him. That's a good point, Dan.
He's really earned this start. Good curveball. Left on left. Wipes out Caglione.
That stuff's starting to dial in for Fromber.
Yes, it
is. That's a good curveball right here. It starts at the belt line of Caglione and just big sweeping 79-mile-an-hour slow curveball has him all kind of out in front and twisted up.
Long first inning. Had the pitch out of a bases loaded jam. Error extended the inning. And now since that error, he's retired 6 in a row, mostly on the ground. Boy, you get him back to being that reliable 6 out of every 10 balls put in play is on the ground. And that's where he's been again, covering his last 7 or 8 starts. That's how he's going to get on a roll.
Yeah, it's the stuff. It's the trust in the stuff too.
That's the
when you throw it, you believe and you know deep down they ain't hitting it. They're not going to hit it hard. There's a weird thing confidence can bring to a game. It's incredible. Because there's times where you get touched up a little bit, you get hit around, you go, what's wrong? And everybody's, what's wrong? What's wrong? And you're like, I don't really know. And then you start second guessing yourself a little bit. Same way for hitters.
Started to snap off some really nice curveballs. McGonigal, the high chopper. Look at the ground balls. 5 of the last 6 outs recorded on easy ground ball outs, plus the one fine play. Tigers trying to get the offense going. Catch up more. Tigers bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 hitters, Lee, Keith, and McGonigal. Luinder Avila has impressed us through the first 2 innings. We have seen both the good and the bad. The walks are going to be an issue. We talked about that. And we've seen 99 out of this electric right arm. First pitch sinker strike to Ha-Yu Lee. We talked about it. It doesn't seem possible that it was 50 years ago. Softly to third. Lofton just got Lee at first base. 50 years ago, there was the summer of the Bird, and we couldn't be happier to be joined by Mark the Bird Fidrich's wife, Ann, of, I think it was just over 20 years, right? 23 years you were married before he died in 09. And I didn't get your name.
David.
David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Grandson? Yeah.
You throw out the first pitch?
Yes.
How did it go?
Awesome.
Strike?
No. Didn't spike it though.
So I understand you paid a little tribute to your grandpa out on the mound? So you have obviously seen video of him.
Yes.
Through the years. Who hasn't? Softly to second base. Velasquez will underhand it to Salvador Perez. So this is Grandpa. You had it down. You had it down. Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool. One of the most iconic summers in the history of Detroit.
I love it. And you and Mark got married in '86.
Yes, after.
Did you know him in the summer of the Bird?
I did not.
Were you aware of what was going on in '76? Were you a big baseball fan?
I wasn't. I met him at my parents' diner in '84, '85.
And was that in Massachusetts?
That was in Massachusetts, in Northborough, right on Route 20.
So anybody in that area, though, had to be aware of the year he was having, right? A little flare single for Kevin McGonigal. You were aware at least of what was going on, or sort of not really?
I was. I was a junior at Fairfield University at the time.
Okay.
And one of my closest friends came into the room and said, this boy from your town is like famous. Don't you know it? And I'm there, okay, come on, we're studying here.
And then you met at your parents' diner.
Yes.
How many years after that? Before? So what year was that you met him?
So I met him in '84, '85.
So you'd known about all that one big summer.
Yes.
And what did you think of him when you met him?
He was very nice person. Very funny, easygoing.
The most genuine person.
Totally. He was as real as it gets.
Was there any, we saw all the things he did on the mound. Like, was there any weird stuff around the house? Like when he was making a sandwich, did he talk to the mustard bottle?
He had a very systematic way of doing everything.
Did he?
And you just didn't get in the way.
You can stay for another half an inning, right? We're going to keep Ann and Dave with us here in the booth. Tigers down 2 after 3. Mark the Bird. He was a show in 1976. Time for Chevy's strongest player. These are the numbers. He wasn't just a guy that put on a show on the mound. He was a really good pitcher for Mark the Bird Fidrich. That 2.34 ERA. The number that I love, 29 starts and 24 were complete games. And 4 of those went 11 innings or more.
Workhorse.
He would just get the easiest outs. The games would fly, and nobody could hit him. And I was always mad that he didn't win the Cy Young that year. So we couldn't be happy to be joined. And you talked about when you met him, you were sort of aware of that amazing season. Did you ever kind of go back and go into it in detail of just how great a season it was, or would you just let him tell you about it?
He didn't talk about himself.
He didn't. Did
Not
he?
at all. He was as humble.
When did
very
you
humble
become
guy.
aware that it was that great a season?
Well, the first time I came to Detroit, we're walking down the street. Everyone is saying hi to him. And it went on and on and on. I'm there. Mark, do you know all these people? And he says, no, Ann, but they know me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the ballpark, totally out of control.
And he
Like-
loved his fans.
Oh, they were the best.
Yeah. And
They
he
were the
played.
best.
He played in an old timers game.
He did. Played in an old timers game. This one occasion, I had my daughter with me in the stands. We were sitting with friends. And then he came into the stands in order to watch the game. And the throngs of people came around him. And here I am with Jess. She was really little. We literally crawled out.
Oh no.
To get away. It was like people everywhere.
Big mosh pit.
Yeah, totally mosh pit. Totally mosh pit.
What's it mean? 50 years later, we're still talking about him. You're still here to honor the legacy.
It's amazing, really. I'm humbled by this whole experience and amazed by the Tigers' generosity and the fans. Everyone is talking to us, and
They see
Like-
the Fitteridge jersey on,
yeah,
so
it's
people,
all over.
It is one of those things that I really don't think we'll ever see again in baseball. Do you kind of help keep the memory of that summer alive, or do you just talk to groups because there are so many people who are interested in hearing from you?
So we formed a foundation after he passed. This was friends encouraged us to do so, the Mark Fidridge Foundation. And we're continuing some of the work he did, charitable work he did prior to his passing. So we support programming for special needs athletes, giving them the opportunity to play sports. And not just baseball, but basketball and sailing, water skiing, all kind of adaptive equipment.
So that
and
was
such.
near and dear to his heart, creating those
Absolutely.
opportunities.
Yes. He actually, for 15 years, worked with the Wirtz Warriors. Dick Wirtz
Sure.
was one of the Tigers
Yeah.
back in the day. And they used to do celebratory runs to collect funds for the Special Olympics in Michigan. So they would provide a check to the Special Olympics committee on this particular Wednesday when the games opened. It was really something. Huge amounts of funds were raised over the years, but he loved every minute of it.
So you're continuing the Mark Fidridge Foundation in, tell me again where you are exactly in Massachusetts?
We're in Northborough, Massachusetts, so we do mostly localized funding for programming, and we love it. This is what he did, and now
Yeah.
we're getting an opportunity to feel how he feels when you're giving back to the community on that level.
Do you hear about, I mean, do people come up to you non-Special Olympics or foundation related and just on a regular basis, I'm assuming, and talk about the summer of '76?
Absolutely, yeah. Yes.
Not just when you're back in Detroit.
No. No.
It is something. We did a little graphic on the attendance as it grew, as the word spread about the bird, and it went from 15 to 20 to 30 to 50 by about the fifth home start.
50,000
It was
coming to see him pitch.
50,000
Yeah, crazy.
It's
a game.
well, you see very rarely do you see something that's that exciting and entertaining on a baseball field. When it's one guy, he's in the zone, he's locked in the way he was, and he's pitching the ball well in a city that loves sports. So you get a blue collar city like Detroit that loves sports, and you get a guy like Mark Fidridge on the bump. Look at this attendance here, the spike, just because people wanted to see him pitch.
His enthusiasm on the field, I think that it wasn't just him talking the ball, smoothing the mound like you did, David. But going over and congratulating, his first baseman for making a nice play, shaking his hand, coming off the field after even just catching a ball from the shortstop. It was absolutely infectious.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how he was around the house too, right?
Excuse me?
That's how he was around the house too, right? He'd coming over. Great breakfast. Amazing breakfast. I appreciate it. Seemed like he loved the game.
He upped every minute of it. He said he used to like going to sleep at night. He'd dream about playing baseball. He loved it.
Ground ball double for Luke Maley after the walk to Tolbert, and Tolbert flies around the bases, and the Royals take a 3-0 lead.
Those walks, Dan, those free base runners, they have had a way of coming back and getting on Fromber's ERA. But that's a little sinker away. Just hooks it down the line. And when you're athletic, you can run like Tolbert can.
Man, he can fly.
Yeah, he motored around the bags.
Guarding against the bunt, Tigers pinching in at the corners with Velasquez at the plate. Taps the first one foul. We're joined by Ann Fidrich and grandson David from daughter Jess. Is Jess here this weekend?
She is.
She is.
Having a gay old time.
Lives in the same area as you?
She lives in my backyard with my grandson.
Nice.
I'm a lucky woman.
I guess that's nearby. That would qualify.
So, David, you got to throw out the first pitch. You play baseball? Is that
Yeah, I play for Runbirds Baseball out of Shooterville, Massachusetts.
nice? What position?
Catcher.
Catcher. Have you ever watched Dylan Dingler play yet?
Oh, yeah. Heck of a catcher.
He's pretty good, isn't he? If there's that one guy I would model my game after, if I was a catcher, it'd be him right there.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he does, handles the pitching staff, times his mound visits very well. Yeah, it's pretty special what he has done. Only in his second full season, which is the amazing part.
Right, first-time All-Star. Dylan Dingler's made huge progressions. That was his development, David, as he came up. Every level, he would have to try to figure it out. So every level he would go up, he would have a little period of learning and having to make adjustments. But he never gave up. He never quit on himself and just kept going. And before you knew it, he was the best player at that level. Then he'd go to the next level, and then it would be a struggle a little bit, have a time of adjustment. And even when he came to the big leagues, his first go-around for about, a month and a half, right, Danny? Got called up. Didn't hit real great.
No, but what do you care about?
Catching.
Taking care of his pitchers.
That's right. Caught a great game.
That's what it's all about, right, Dave?
Yeah. Just knowing your pitching staff, knowing when pitch to throw all the time, and protecting your pitcher. Yep.
You like calling a game?
Oh, yeah.
There's a real art to it, isn't there?
Situational awareness extraordinaire. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's their role.
You got to feel.
Captain of the field.
You like that.
I love it.
Can you hit a little bit too?
Yeah, I can hit a little bit.
I bet he can hit a lot of it.
Thank you.
Think you'll get on the mound?
I pitch a little bit.
Like if they need somebody to close out a game late?
Yeah, I close, I start, I do everything.
He does it all. My kind of guy.
You have to be flexible.
That's right.
Do you guys have a catalog of all of Mark's starts? Like on VHS or whatever, they've been maybe burned onto a disc?
No,
You
we
really
don't.
don't?
No, we
You
don't.
can just look it up on YouTube.
There you go. There you go, David. Hey, thank you for helping
they're all
everybody
there,
else
right?
out in the booth here.
I think most of them, yeah.
Most of them are there, which is incredible.
Remember, he played before the internet and social
Right,
media.
right.
It was all word of mouth and that one game in New York that lit a fire.
The game against the Yankees, that was the one. The curtain call. They stayed on the air a long time so he could do that curtain call. It was so great. But I'm sure you've heard this, but the way it captured the imagination of this state is I was just shy of my 18th birthday in the summer of '76. Not many games on TV, but you knew if you couldn't listen to the radio, you knew what had happened that night. It was the first question was, what happened? What happened with the Tigers tonight? It was unbelievable how it captured the entire state, but captured's not even the right word for it. It just everybody got caught up in it. Because of his personality, because of how he was pitching, you didn't want to miss. You want to know what day he started. Teams on the road started asking for the Tigers to please start Mark Fidrich in one of their games if they're on the road in Chicago or Seattle.
Right.
And it was the feeling it created. That was a 76-win team.
Yeah.
And the feeling it created, because the Tigers had hit rock bottom a few years before, was unlike anything we'll see or had seen or will see again. But it's so fun to remember, and it's hard to believe it was 50 years ago. The feeling in the state and how it captured the imagination, it was special. And that's a reflection of the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
One and one on Nick Lofton. Farmer Valdez has had to battle a little bit. That pitch count is climbing, about to hit 80 here in the fourth. 80 was about a complete game for the Bird.
Ground ball machine. That guy.
You knew what was coming, and you couldn't do anything about it.
Turbo sinker.
Turbo sinker. We had no metrics back then. We didn't have the StatCast, all the measurements and all the numbers, but you could look at the video and see.
Oh, that thing had some movement on it. There's no doubt about it.
That sinker moved. This is a video.
Grampy.
This is the video. This is from the Yankee Monday night game. The curtain call was the best. He just didn't know what to do.
Look at these fans.
Oh my gosh. It's like and then they brought him out. They're like, no, this is national TV. You have to come out. He did not want to.
Yeah.
You could see him put his hands over his head like, what is happening right now? But the curtain call, I'm not sure there had been many curtain calls before that.
Right.
Then it became certainly a thing. Beauty of a curveball. Ann, Fidrich, David, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
Good
for
luck
having
with the
us.
catching, and
Thank
what
you,
a pleasure
Dan.
to meet you.
Thank
Andy,
you guys so much.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Good drivers.
This Tuesday is a 3-1-3 value game when the Tigers face the Orioles at 6:40. Tickets start at $29. Get $3 hot dogs, $1 chips, and $3 waters or fountain drinks. Go to tigers.com/values.
Our thanks again to Ann Fidrich and David. I think David's a guy to keep an eye on, don't you?
He's 14, is as
He's
big as
14.
I am.
I thought he was 16 or 17.
For sure.
Got a strong handshake.
Yeah, and he's straight to the point.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to relive the memories of that season and to hear from someone who was vaguely aware because, he's a hometown kid.
Yeah.
But didn't really meet him until, what'd you say, 83, and then they married in 86.
What she said when they came back to Detroit, it was crazy. The fans just absolutely love the Bird.
Had to escape through a tunnel beneath the mob.
Yeah. It's still, there's so many Fidrich jerseys that people wear.
Still.
And it was as soon as I became a Tiger. I learned about that season very quickly through the organization. It's one of the cool things. AJ does it well, but the organization as a whole, it's just, there's so much history in Tigers baseball. And once you become part of this organization, you learn about the stories from those who went before you, the World Series championships, the 1976 Fidrich type of seasons that are iconic in this town.
I think that's what AJ does so well, and we've talked about it, but it really is one of his gifts as a manager, connecting players to history, whether it's in spring training, bringing in some players, some maybe who work for Major League Baseball who weren't Tigers, but also some Tigers to talk. He has morning meetings every day, and whenever the Tigers go on the road into a ballpark, he is always pointing out the retired numbers on the wall, or, hey, do you know who this guy was in history? Remember, he gave Kevin McGonigal a little homework assignment on the road in New York. How much did you really learn about Babe Ruth? There will be a quiz. Did you know he was a pitcher? 2-2 ground ball to second. Well, speaking of Tigers history, let's spin that wheel. My favorite part of the day. Time for the Carhartt Tiger of the Day. Who will it land on today?
Oh, it's a guesser.
67 Tigers and Astros. All right, I need a little more. I got Jonesy already on my brain. All right. We get any more? 3 of the last 7 World Series. Gosh, could it be?
Is it? Come on. It's not JV.
Or is it Fromber?
Fromber.
No, Fromber debuted in 19.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think one of 4 Mexican-born pitchers to record. It's not JV. Well, 3 of the last 6. I'm so bad at this. Jose Urquidy. That's right. We had him for a minute. I was really excited when the Tigers signed him. He was coming back from, was it Tommy John? I think it was. We saw him for just a few games in September of last year, but man, he could pitch when he was healthy and in his prime. This young man, Luinder Avila, remember this name. He has been quite good. He's only walked 2. Again, generally, you're going to go 5 if you're the Royals. Matt Quatraro.
He's only 24 years old, and everything we've seen today is very impressive. Sinker, 4-seamer, runs at upper 90s.
Base hit into right. It's what Dylan Dingler does. Turned around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball sharply to right field.
That's a pitch he's thrown a lot. It's that 4-seam that's down and away to a righty. And Dingler wisely understands the assignment that, man, I got to hit that ball the other way.
Yep.
And that's what he does right there. He's just an all-around hitter, that Dylan Dingler. This is the guy right here, Kerry Carpenter. The Tigers need Kerry to go ahead and get back into being the Kerry Carpenter we all know he can be.
Had a nice chat with Kerry today. I said, you had a big June. Yeah, struggles in July, but I also know that that's still in there, and he's always willing to talk about hitting. I said, what are some of the things that make you believe you're maybe just about that close to being back to that guy? Let's face it, he wants to do damage. That's his title, the damage guy.
Yeah.
And he said, and it just reminds you, Andy, how hard hitting is.
Yeah, he
said,
a good
I'm
high.
seeing the ball well, but it's just something that I found where it's a little thing in my setup.
Yeah.
Where my timing is off just a little.
That's all it takes.
And I'm not delivering the barrel like I know I can. He said, you notice I haven't been swinging and missing a lot, but I've been doing a lot of, well, a lot of pop-ups to the left side. That one unfortunately goes out of play. But he feels like, he said it literally, there are a couple swings in Chicago. Line drive to left, line drive to right. He said it feels like it's getting very close.
And his hard hit rate's not bad at all. It's not like he's not hitting at all.
Right.
It's 1, some of them aren't falling. 2, they're not leaving the ballpark. And that's where, if you're a guy like Kerry, you want to do damage. That's been his calling card the last few years, is he can change a scoreboard with 1 swing. But timing's important.
Yep.
And we mentioned against Avila, he's a tough guy to time up anyways. See him out in
Drops
front
the
right
barrel
there.
on it. It's a good swing, but he was fully extended on the off speed.
Yep.
For the second out here in the 4th inning. And now a message from Figer Law.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
So it feels like that's a pretty good example of what he's talking about, Andy.
Yeah, and it's just compounded against a guy like Avila, who's got that little hesitation when he rocks back to bring that right arm almost hand closer to the ground than normal. And then he's a little out in front of it. And if you're a little out in front of it, you don't get the same juice behind the swing. You lose your legs. That's what we saw right there, where all you got left is the bat. And when everything's really synced up, you have more time to stay in that load. But you see, he gets up nice and early, but watch his hips. They start firing, and he has to kind of guide his hands back and just guides the barrel out to it and loses his legs completely when you get out in front of it like that. And then you're hitting with your wrists and your hands.
Yeah.
The power slot is when everything's synced up, the lower half and the upper body, and it feels effortless, and the bat just flies through the zone. But there's times during careers and seasons where they're not synced up.
I mean, he very honestly assesses where he is. Torque walks for the second time. That brings a potential tying run to the plate. The guy who specializes in 3-run home runs, James Outman, steps to the plate. 3 of his 4 home runs have been 3-run shots. But he said, I had the big month of June, and he did.
Yeah.
He said, I was really kind of getting away with it that month. In other words, the issue that has cropped up in July, he said it was there. I was kind of getting away with it a little bit on some off speed.
Yeah.
But then he said, then I started. He wasn't able to. The swing path is just a little off, but it truly reminds you. You know it's in there. His consistency has been remarkable when he's healthy the last 3 years. There's every reason to believe he's going to take off soon.
Yeah.
But it has been a grind in July.
Yep.
And they
baseball,
work at it every day.
Hitters, you're always constantly finding something, and it's a little Band-Aid that you have to put on the issues as the season goes on. And sometimes they get to a point where your timing's so off, and you're trying too many things. And you got to go back to, okay, what was I doing before?
Yeah.
And then it takes a little bit to get in that rhythm again. The worst thing you can do in the middle of a baseball season is over-adjust.
Right.
Try to change too many things. Like my hands need to be higher, open my stance up more, all these like big adjustments usually don't work well during the middle of a season.
And sometimes the ones that are small, quote unquote, can be big.
Those are the Band-Aids. Narrow your stance a ½ inch.
Yeah.
Literally, like a ½ inch. Maybe you stand up a little taller. Maybe the angle of your body when you look out to the pitcher. Maybe you're leaned over at the waist a little too much. Maybe you're a little too upright. Like there's so many little things that come into getting a good swing off.
Out of play down the third base line. Outman falls behind 1-2. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch first time up.
And then you think, if you're thinking about all that stuff, Dan, there's a ball coming in at 99 mile an hour that you got to compete against. So during the game, you just have to go compete. Maybe you have one little swing thought, one little thing about your setup.
That's the whole thing.
And then you got to just go see the ball and hit it. And then in the cage, you're working on all the other stuff constantly.
Yeah, all the little things you're working on. Okay, now block all that out and just try to go hit.
Right, exactly. And what the hope is you train on it enough, it becomes just a natural part of your swing. The mechanics of the swing.
Right.
If you're thinking about a lot of swing mechanics when you're in the box, you are toast.
With a capital T. Softly to the right side. Salvador Perez recovers from the little skid and just barely gets Outman. Tigers strand 2. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. By Amazon, spend less on your kids for back to school. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. And now the Henry Ford health injury update. Ben Mulgeri is in right field, taking over for Kerry Carpenter. You saw Kerry Carpenter on the bench as we were talking about him, talking with Kelly Rhodes, assistant trainer, and kind of pointing to his heel. It has been bothering him for some time. He said that is not the reason for his offensive struggles, but it is painful. Line drive to right, and how about that?
That ball find you,
You can just write it down when the big guy comes in defensively. The first ball will find you.
We saw him out there doing a few high knees to get loose. Good thing he did. Right off the bat, good read from Mulgeri. Goes down, makes a beautiful diving catch to keep a leadoff man from being aboard.
I was talking to him today. I said, this is a new role for you. You're an everyday guy in the minor leagues, and here you're more coming in during the game as a pinch hitter or defensive replacement, and in this case, injury. And I said, how do you handle that? And he said, it's very much for me. I start playing the game in my head from the first inning on, thinking the game, think about not just who I'm going to face if I pinch hit, but I start getting loose so that I'm ready, loose, and warm by the 5th inning. And it just so happens.
Hey, worked out well today. You never know when you're going to get called upon when you're on the bench any particular
Right,
day.
and it's a different role.
Yeah,
when you're used to playing every day. But he has worked on the mental side of it, but then also he said, yep, right away, second, third inning, I start getting loose. So I can be ready by the 5th, and didn't that work out well for him?
So when I came up, I platooned a little bit, and Ramon Santiago, great, middle infielder.
Oh, yeah.
And he would come in off the bench a lot, play once a week, and then come in off the bench. He was really good. He taught me, always be watching the game, always see what's going on. Keep your mind engaged into the game as if you're playing, even though you're on the side.
Yeah.
And that helped me out so much.
And I think that's what Ben was talking about. Just trying to think the game right from the start.
Like even this at bat right here, like, okay, you got a lefty pitch in Fromberg, Caglione, where's he going to hit the ball? Where would I be playing if I was in left right now? Like you're working through those things even though you're in the dugout, and you're not just sitting there chewing bubble gum and spitting seeds.
Swapping some stories with teammates. Torkelson will take care of Caglione. 125 years of Tigers baseball being celebrated this weekend, and celebrating all the various food offerings. Logan Reaver.
Dan, yeah.
What do you got now, Logan?
I have a terrible idea, like a really, really bad idea, to the point where most of the people on the set were like, no, Logan, don't do that. But
no, I think you should do it. I think you should definitely.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're always
we
good
don't even know what it is.
We got the great tease. The foot-long downtown Coney dog, and I've also never had a Coney dog in my entire year that I've been here too.
Yeah,
so I want to put the mic down, give you guys some perspective of just how big it is.
Right, go ahead. Yeah,
take a bite.
Yeah.
Take a bite of that thing. Come on.
Oh, I want to see his clothes get.
No, I'm not taking just a bite. I'm going to try to eat the whole thing, but I need to put the mic down. Unfortunately,
I think we should just watch you eat the whole thing right now.
We're good with you putting the mic down because I want to see this.
Yeah, come on, go for it, Logan.
That's got to be a pretty solid bun, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, onions, little chili, little mustard. That's a proper Coney.
Feeds a family of 4.
There we go.
Or one Logan Reaver.
Why would you put the mic to my face?
Hey, it's better than buffalo sauce and rice, buddy. Welcome to the big leagues.
It doesn't look like they chinched out on the size of that dog either. That's a big dog. What do you think of your first Coney?
It's amazing, but I'm also. This is horrible TV.
No, I think it's classic.
No, yeah, keep going.
Good.
You're doing great.
It's really good. But I'm also like fighting some demons, it feels like, at the same time too.
Why is that?
No, you're doing a great job, Logan.
Because I'm going to try to finish the whole thing.
Keep going. Well, let's report back.
Well, one of the keys is on a foot long.
Yeah. Coming up later in the show.
All right.
Well, let's see your last bite. Let us know before the last bite.
Don't rush it.
Why would I?
Do we have
ball in the dirt?
Do we have like an indigestion sponsor on this show? Like some kind of Bismol or something?
I'm sensing an opportunity.
He's very red.
Not.
He's already.
I'm just naturally red, unfortunately.
He's sweating.
This is.
We're almost halfway there is the problem. Or the success, whatever you want to phrase it.
95 middle gets a called strike. Royals push the pitch count up for Framber Valdez. Not a team that draws a lot of walks. They have worked him for 3 walk plus a hit batter. And he's nearing the end of his day with the pitch count at 95. Bullpen beginning to stir.
Ty Madden. It looks like he's ready.
Yep. Ty Madden is now kind of filling that Cater Montero role. They would like for him to have extended outings to keep the length, since he has been a starter down at Toledo. So there's a good chance he'll come in and be asked to work the last 3-4 innings.
Probably. And you know they would love for Fromber to go ahead and finish this inning off here. They may give him Tolbert too, and then flip it with the top of the order.
He gets Collins instead. Colt Keith backs up, plays the hop. Good strong throw to first. Tigers have some work to do. They're down 3 to the bottom of the 5th.
Be all in for your Tigers with a membership deposit for next season and enjoy a complimentary game on us this season. Deposits start at just $100, include elite perks and invitation to select a seat events this summer. Visit tigers.com/deposits.
Hao-Yu Lee leads off. Tigers need base runners, need to put a little pressure on Luinder Avila, who has impressed us. 3 walks, just 2 hits through the first 4 innings. Pitch count reasonable at 68. Again, he's basically a 2 times through the order guy. 5 innings, no activity in the Kansas City bullpen because he's not exactly laboring right now. Deep, and that's extra base territory for Hao-Yu Lee. Thomas has got a good arm. Lee will shut it down at second base. That's a great job by Thomas to hold him to a double. Hao-Yu Lee just continues to mash.
Yeah, he got him a little breaking ball that hung up. Does a good job staying through it. We've seen Hao-Yu Lee when he gets full extension on that baseball, Dan. He can really drive it around the ballpark. This time finds that left center field gap, hustling right out of the box. But Lane Thomas, like you said, did a nice job of staying with that ball, getting it into the cutoff man quickly. You hate to make the first or third out at third. See if Colt Keith can do a job here.
He made the right decision to shut it down. Lee runs well. Keith fouls it out of play. I mean, he was going for third, and then he's like, nope, I'm going to shut it down right here. And there would have been a play for sure. Tolbert's got a good arm. Thomas got it to him quickly. Tigers have had a runner as far as second base twice in this game, both times when Torkelson walked in the second and in the fourth. Could not get a run home in either inning. The Kansas City rotation came in. This is one of the more hittable rotations and staffs in all of baseball. Keith takes a strike. And this challenge, this ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Colt Keith wins the challenge, and that's a key time to challenge from 1-2 to 2-1. Biggest difference between any 2 counts that you can find. Now the good hitters count. Changes the whole dynamic of the at-bat. The 2-1. 3-1. This Kansas City's team, again, the big problem this year, they've been giving up runs. They're a very hittable staff. The Tigers have scored 2 runs off the Kansas City starters in 22 innings of work in the 4 games. Down and away. First 2 are on to start the 5th inning.
It's time for a Bet365 odds update with Kevin McGonigal. 1.5 hits. There's the over, there's the under. They're going to try to give Strom some more time to get loose down in that bullpen.
Yeah, Strom just got up. Strom is not having a good year. They don't want him coming in to face Gleyber Torres because he's not getting out righties. You would think he's targeted for Riley Green. No, it's been an impressive series. I mean, Noah Cameron did a heck of a job with the opener in game 1 or in game 2, and Dobnik kind of a surprise 5 shutout innings to start the series. Waka was his usual Waka self yesterday. Magana knocks. What happened to the goggles? Curveball away.
Probably is going to run into trouble here, not being able to get some of those secondary offerings over for a strike. It's going to force him to throw a fastball. In this at bat, Kevin's shown he can really hit a fastball well.
Four-seamer busts him in at 97. Top end. He's been cruising at 97, 98 most of the day.
Just hasn't made any mistakes with the fastball.
Really hasn't.
Nothing over the middle with the heater today. Everything's been on the edges, into lefties a lot.
hitter's count. That's a good take.
That's a quality take. You know, when a guy's throwing 97, you're looking to get the head out, hit the baseball hard to right field. He saw that one right out of the hand. That's the McGonigal was working.
Double walk, and now the good hitters count for Kevin McGonigal to start the 5th inning. Doesn't miss many fastballs.
Well, it goes back to the 2 varieties. He's got the sinker and he's got the 4-seam. This is the 4-seam variety, so it stays up. You saw Kevin swing under it.
Little broken bat, bloop will drop. Lee around 3rd, and he will be held. Oh, I think he would have scored. Thomas's throw went to 3rd. He was conceding the run. Base is loaded for Gleyber Torres.
With enough fastballs, you know he's going to get it. Good job by Howie Lee to see the ball is going to be down very quickly. He's already rounding 3rd before Lane Thomas has the ball. That's as conservative a base running as we've seen the Tigers
surprising.
all year.
That's a very difficult throw from where he is. You've got to carry the mound and get the hop perfect to the catcher. Gleyber Torres can't find the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1.
In a 3-run ball game, the Royals are going to concede that run to home if Gleyber puts it in play to try to get the double play. The only one would be the comebacker to the pitcher.
This is a ground ball pitcher. Knows how to get the ground ball with men on base. He's been a little scatter shot here in the 5th inning. Bases loaded. Tigers down 3. Nobody out. The 1-1. Oh, he got him to lunge after the slider, but again, it looks like fastball out of play, out of hand. CNL Ward on deck hitter is Riley Green. He'll be facing almost surely the lefty strong. Check swing. Did he go? Woo! On the appeal, he did not. Chris Siegel on the appeal. Very close. Gleyber's still getting his timing back. Remember, only a couple of rehab games. He missed a month. The swing and miss they got on the fastball, you would think I would just power him with the fastball.
Probably not a terrible option, Dan. They keep messing around with that slider away. They almost got him to chase it once. But now he needs to throw a strike. Because Gleyber will take his walk.
Avila wants a new baseball, gets it. Lee at 3rd, Keith at 2nd, McGonigal at 1st, all itching to come home. Foul down the 3rd base line. Middle of the infield, Tolbert and Velasquez. It's a pretty good double play combination. They're double play depth. Again, this is a guy who knows how to get the ground ball. Hasn't gotten a ton of ground balls today. Tigers done a good job lifting the ball in the air. 7th pitch of the at-bat. High and foul off to the first base side.
Another good foul by Gleyber. That's a borderline 4-seam up. That's an easy pitch to swing and miss at. Too close to take. How many strikes can Avila throw in a row?
Both times he's gone to 3-2 before this at-bat. The at-bat ended in a walk. Pitch number 8. He got him with a bad slider.
That one just hung up there, Dan, and it fooled him because he thought it was going to be in, and just that little hesitation before he fired made him late on it. You see the frustration there.
He can't believe it. Matt Quatraro coming out. Avila impressed with a live right arm. Strom will be inheriting a bases loaded 1-out jam. Royals are making the change. Tigers trying to come from behind down 3.
At Ace.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Outside windows pitching change brings Matt Strahm into the game. This has been a reliable shutdown lefty for a long time. He is having a really rough season. As you can see, it's because he is not shutting down lefties like he normally does. Riley Green swings and misses at the first offering. And because right-handed batters, who he has always gotten out at least at a good enough rate to be an effective reliever, have been crushing him, as you see there. That's 9 home runs in just over 80 at-bats. 1-1 on Riley Green. Lee started the inning with a double. Cole Keith walked. McGonigal singled to center. Lee held at third. Strikeout of Torres, now the 1-1. Check swing. And Riley Green falls behind 1-2. Aquacharo brings him in to face Riley Green, but Dylan Dingler is waiting on deck. This is a fly ball pitcher. Does not get many balls on the ground. Riley Green certainly an opportunity here because, again, he's not a shutdown lefty on left this year. Certainly an opportunity to get the ball up in the air to get a run home. Waiting on the 2-2. Extends the at-bat.
You see where they've been going there. That 4-seam up to Riley. Well, he's done a much better job against that pitch in that location this year. But the goal is to speed him up so they can get him on a breaking ball away.
Green faced him in game 1, hit a fly ball to center. That was on a 1-2 pitch. Now he has worked the count full. Strahm's walk rate is as high as it's been since his second year in the major leagues. This is his 11th year. Riley will see at least 8 pitches. Outfield plays him to go the opposite way slightly. That means Thomas in center shades to left center. Collins robbed him of a grand slam a couple of days ago. He's straight up and left. Ooh, this is a battle. Two types of fastballs and sliders. That's what lefties see from this lefty. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Softly and through somehow. Lee and Keith score, and Riley Green makes it to second. How did that ball get through? Tigers are within 1.
Velasquez and Tolbert were both going towards it on the bag. Tolbert concedes, but Velasquez at the last minute didn't know he was going to. Came up short. Riley Green just kept running. He kept running. Velasquez didn't know he was coming to the bag after this little squibber gets through the middle.
Oh my goodness. It was like it went right through him.
Miscommunication. That's one thing we've seen since the shifts have increased is the communication. Just those balls that are in no man's land. Because normally that's just a second base.
Yeah, if it was the old traditional 3 men on one side
Second
shift, there's no miscommunication.
Right.
Boy, he did pull up, didn't he?
Right at the last second.
Shorten that arm just a little bit. Love this matchup. Oh, he tried to take the changeup away and just punch it down the right field line. Not a bad idea. Dingler falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Man, he's been one of the best 2-strike hitters in the game this year. We have seen him deliver extra base hits in 2-strike counts, and this is not a big swing and miss lefty on the mound. Love that hustle for Riley Green to get into second.
Yeah.
Royals were not expecting that.
Nope.
Infield in tight. Single gives the Tigers the lead. Into center field, a base hit. Will they send Riley Green? They are. Billy Boy's got that one right arm wheeling. Riley Green will score without a throw. Tigers have bounced back, scored 4, taking the lead in the 5th.
It's just a team that doesn't quit. Dylan Dingler falls behind 0-2, but how many times have we seen him come up with big 2-strike hits? Strom had to try to get out of the way of that. A rocket back up the middle. Riley's got to make sure it doesn't get caught. He's not stopping.
That's awesome. Contact is your friend sometimes.
Boy, is it.
First, the soft ground ball. Dingler hit that one a little bit harder. But Andy, his 2-strike approach is a marvel to behold.
Yeah, Dylan Dingler's on it with 2 strikes. He understands the strike zone very well. He knows when he swung on a ball and when he swung on a strike. He talked about that after he hit that double to left field. He said, I swung on a couple pitches out of the zone. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do that. He knows better, you know? And then he zoned it back in, even with 2 strikes. He didn't say, oh, I need to expand and protect more. He said, I know my zone. Just get back to that. He took a pitch and then ended up getting one over the plate to hit.
And he said that all very matter-of-factly, didn't he?
Right. Very stoic, to the point, Dylan Dingler.
Nothing complicated here. Just zone it back up.
Yeah, just don't swing at balls, and it's a lot easier.
4-run 5th inning. Well, Jury into the game, his first at-bat. They're working him up with fastballs. Much improved as a hitter. Down to AAA, and it started last year. Really good numbers, just solid production. He can work an at-bat. Contact getting better. More extra base power. I like this matchup for obviously any righty right now. Ben Jury hit a couple of balls hard in Chicago, one into the teeth of a wind. Didn't go, but it still feels like he's due to hit a ball hard up a gap and find some grass. Fifth pitch of the at-bat. Make it the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And he's even the count at 2. 2-2. Still only 1 out. Tigers trying to build on a 1-run lead. That's another thing we've seen from Ben Muljerry. He can take a close pitch after fouling a couple of 2-strike pitches off. He doesn't get into swing mode. He can take.
Yeah, he's got an understanding of the strike zone. That's something the Tigers organization has really tried to train their guys on, their players, in the developmental process.
Changeup gets Muljerry. We were talking about Riley Green. I mean, not many go to second on this ball. Let's watch him out of the box.
A lot of times it's those little things in a baseball game that can really change the outcome. That extra 90 feet. Riley Green not afraid to take it. Velasquez was still on his knee from missing the ball. He didn't even know Riley was coming till late.
High in the air to center, but playable for Thomas. Ha-Yu Lee starts a 4-run inning with a double. Big RBI hits from Riley Green. Dylan Dingler.
And
And the Tigers have the lead.
Outside now.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Bet365. The Orioles come in. They have certainly played better ball in the last month or so. Another team that, though, gives up runs. Then the Tigers fly to the West Coast, one of the rare 3-city trips. There's only a couple on the schedule. I think that's the only one, actually. And all on the West Coast. Those are rare these days, getting all 3 stops on the West Coast. A's, I saw, lost Shea Langoliers to a torn meniscus. Their big bat. They are banged up. They'd already lost Rooker. So that's a game. That's a series where, well, you can expect a little bit of run scoring. Wall-side windows pitching change brings Ty Madden into the game. Andy, he's been fascinating. He's been really good at the major league level. He has not been very good at Toledo. But the Tigers they're believing the numbers up here because he's a very confident hitter or pitcher.
Yeah, he's
right
got
now.
the good four-seam slider combo. He'll throw the cutter and sinker to the righties. He'll throw that little sinker. But he's got a big arsenal, and as long as he locates and gets ahead and counts, he's done really well.
Carter Jensen, first pitch knuckle curve for a called strike.
That's a pitch he throws 1%. Like, how do you know that's coming? Carter Jensen, one of their better hitters.
Splitter misses away. Madden's walk rate over 5, strikeout rate below 7 in the minor leagues. That's going to lead to a lot of troubles, and he's given up a lot of runs and just not much start-to-start consistency. At the major league level, we see a lot of swing and miss. Now, he did walk 4 the other day. That's when he came in relief of Framber Valdez in Chicago. But Andy, 5 strikeouts in 3 1/3, and those were all swing and miss. So it's not a big power fastball, but the way he uses it definitely gets swing and miss. I mean, he's sitting in the mid-90s. We see usually 93, 94. Jensen pinch hitting for Tolbert. As long as he keeps getting outs, you would think he's going to be in the game for a few innings. "23 innings of work for Ty Madden." Got him. Challenged by Jensen. This challenge is presented by Figer Law, and it looks like Jensen will win the challenge pretty easily.
You like that old school windup where the guys bring the glove up over the head? I kind of like it.
I asked him about that this spring, and he said, yeah, I've kind of always done it.
Yeah.
The arms up over the head.
You just don't see it as much.
The 3-2. Splitter up and away. And now a message from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew for $299 a month for 24 months.
So for Ty Madden in his 23 innings of work, it's really, at this point, just about the walks and his command. Opponents have hit just 195 against him in those 23 innings. And it's 195 with very little power. Michael Massey is pinch hitting for the catcher Maley. Rough year last year, injury shortened. This is a tough out when he's healthy. He's having a solid year. This one's deep to right center. Playable for Ben Malgeri, and he makes the catch for the first out. Here in the 6th, good swing for Massey. 1 out in the 6th inning.
That's a good bounce back, though, after walking a guy. Just get right back in the zone. Tigers just took the lead. And you want to make sure step 1 is command the strike zone. Don't allow free passes. Even if they hit it hard, it doesn't mean that it's going to go anywhere.
Andrew Velazquez started 3 of the 4 games. So far 0 for 9 in his 3 starts. Just up from the minor leagues to take the spot of Bobby Witt Jr., who is on the injured list with back issues, just went on. Jensen takes off, pop-up shallow and out of everybody's reach. Keith, McGonigal, Green, nobody could get there. It's just strike 1 on Andrew Velasquez.
Well, Colt Keith is trying to cramp his style by playing way in so he doesn't punt. So when you're playing way in on the grass, any pop-up over your head means it's going to be a long run. And it was long enough, there's just not time for Colt to get there.
Royals like putting runners in motion. They like creating a little bit of havoc on the base paths. They're the second best base running team in the American League to the Tigers, who remain elite level.
I think that was old school hit and run there, Dan.
Yeah, I think it was too. Popped up again, and Dylan Dingler will come back, just get a better look at where it lands. But strike 2 on Velasquez. Parts of 7 years in the major leagues. He's never really gotten much playing time, except for the Angels 4 years ago. Velasquez has been pretty well traveled in recent years. He's just a good piece of insurance to have if, say, your star shortstop goes down. He's here for his glove. It's about the same from both sides. Solid bat to ball skills, not much power. Count evens up 2-2. Career 188 hitter at the major league level in just over 570 at bats. That's what you want him to do, hit the ball in the air. Someone carries away from Riley Green, makes the easy grab, moving toward the corner for the second out in the 6th inning. Robert Valdez went the first 5 in this game. High pitch count took him out, gave up a couple of runs in the first, and then another in the 4th. Kind of what we've seen this year, up and down day. At times you're like, oh, here he goes. He's going to get on a roll now, and then he would, and then there'd be the ill-timed walk.
Right.
And again, the Royals team that doesn't really work at bats made him work today, almost 100 pitches in his 5 innings. Thomas started the game with a home run. He has walked and grounded out since. Righties limit his effectiveness a little bit. Came in hitting .230 with a little bit of power.
We've seen the way the righties like to pitch him. A lot of stuff away. Madden tried to throw a cutter away there first pitch, but lost it up and in. So they've spun it away. Fastball away.
Jensen's got above average speed, not a base stealing threat at first base. Good looking slider for a called strike 1.
He wanted a challenge, but he was late to the party on that one. He thought about it too long. Lane Thomas, he would have won it too. He considered, and by the time he thought about it long enough, it was too late.
They've got both challenges left.
Oh yeah, then you just pour in the cutter because he's still thinking about why he didn't get the challenge.
The perfect pitch, the backup breaking ball on the inner third. Drew Summers getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Splitter down, evens up the count at 2-2. Last 2 years with Cleveland for Lane Thomas. Injury shortened season last year. Drew Summers got the 9th the other day in a 1-run game. A.J. Hinch's confidence in this young man is growing. Two up the middle, and that's where Hao-Yu Lee is. Misses the bag. He fields and steps on the bag. Thomas grounds out. A walk does no harm. Tigers hold on to the 1-run lead.
$99 a month.
Bet365 scoreboard shows the Tigers on top of 4-run 5th inning. The difference in the game. We look back at this game. Our Comerica Bank game summary. Hao-Yu Lee started the 4-run rally. He crushed this ball to the deepest part of the ballpark. Kevin McGonigal drops one into center field to load the bases. Nobody out. Riley Green somehow squeezes this ball through. They called it an error, rightly so, because Velasquez could have had a double play. Tigers scored 2 on that ball, and then who's better than Dylan Dingler at hitting with 2 strikes through a drawn-in infield especially. That single scored 2. The Tigers down 3-0 to start the 5th. Had the 4-3 lead, and that's where we are going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lucas Urseg takes the mound for the Royals. First pitch to Outman fouled out of play. Lucas Urseg, this is an electric arm, and he's had a really rough year. He leads this team in saves, but now those saves are really going to the ex-Tiger Alex Lang. He picked up his 10th save yesterday, but when this guy got traded from Oakland, it was like, oh, look out. That's a big addition. Fly ball to right will drop in front of Caglione. James Outman on a 1-1. Singles to right field. Let's go down to Logan Reaver. At first, it's a health check.
How's the indigestion down there, buddy?
I'd be lying if I said it was good. It's not ideal, but I hate. Oh my! Is that what I look like?
Finished it. Way to go, man!
Oh,
that brought a little good karma.
People. Oh, the victory of just not having to. It was amazing, by the way. But to not be in pain for that second any longer. But you know, there's a coincidence between that. I think it was my 3rd bite in when Hao-Yu Lee had that double that started that rally in the inning. Look. Rally Coney, it could be a thing. I kind of don't want it to be a thing because then a couple of people on social media have said every time they're losing you have to eat a Coney dog, which my doctor would probably protest immediately. But if it's for the win, I'd be willing to do it.
Yeah, and you pick your spots.
Yeah, you pick exactly. Is there ever a great spot for it? I mean, today's an example, I guess.
Well, yeah, they're down 3, couple of men on, you start eating, and then if it continues, you got to finish.
Here's the great thing about Tigers fans. Nobody was concerned. Nobody's like, are you okay? Like, people came up to me and were like, that's awesome. That's so cool. I think anybody in their right mind would be like, hey, are you good, man?
Yeah.
You just had that in about 7 minutes.
Well, you talked to your life coach, and they said this is a great idea.
I think life coach is out of the door now. They put that on the resume. They're like, you did what, dude?
Blue Cross Blue Shield is nearby. Ground ball to short. They do not turn the double play. Realigned infield. Velasquez to Massey for the force at second base on Outman. Lee's safe at first. Lineup turns over for Cole Keith. So you see the realigned lineup defensively. Jensen goes back behind home plate. Velasquez, Massey's made some fine defensive plays in this game. Keith fouls 98 out of play. Again, this is a really good arm. He came over from Oakland, kind of a late bloomer. We saw him in 2023 the first time, and then 2024 he got traded to Kansas City. That's when they were making their run for the postseason. And he quickly turned into the closer. Low walks, high strikeouts, power arm, and nothing has gone right for Lucas Ursig this year. It's kind of like, who is this guy? Because the strikeouts have dropped from 11 per 9 when he joined Kansas City in 2024 to 6 per 9. And the walk rate has gone from 2 up to over 5. He's not getting swing and miss, and he is extremely hittable. And that was not the case a couple of years ago. Shot up the middle, picked by Velasquez to Massey. That's a beautifully turned 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Well done.
Cole hit it hard, but Velasquez picks it, pitches it, and Massey finishes it off. The Baltimore Orioles head to Comerica Park tomorrow through Wednesday to take on the Tigers in a series that will impact the AL wildcard race. Don't miss out. Visit tigers.com/tickets today.
Ty Madden still on the mound. Drew Summers still getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Lofton takes strike one. Nick Lofton has put together a lot of good swings in this series. Fastball misses low and away. He's 1 for 3 today, 4 for 13 in the series. Double, home run, deep line drive out. Much better against lefties than righties. The 1-1. Cutter backed up. We've seen that a couple of times. Again, such an effective pitch. If you can intentionally get it there, nobody ever does.
Yeah, those are those that they're bad enough that they turn out well, but if they come over the heart of the plate just a little bit more, they're in trouble.
Lofton having his best year. He's got solid bat to ball skills. Doesn't expand. That ball caught. Hopefully umpire Brian don't know. You could hear him. Oof.
I think it got him in the throat. Got up under the mask. That was a weird one. See it spin down. The ball disappears up under and hit him right in the Adam's apple. Those guys are tough back there, aren't they?
I love the reaction of both Lofton and Dylan Dingler. Checking on Brian O'Nora. Perez on deck. Righties have shut him down this year. You would think Drew Summers still up to face Caglione, 2 batters away. Madden's going to get the first out on a pop-up to Kevin McGonigal. And now a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
"15 years in the major leagues for Salvador Perez. Heart and soul of this team really since his early years. First really full year was 2012. 2014, 2015. He was still a youngster, catching about 170 games a year.
Yeah, he was back there constantly. And then August, Kansas City August heat even. Didn't phase him. That's one of the hottest places there. St. Louis.
Sizzles.
Old Rangers ballpark was hot. But I'd say Kansas City was the hottest.
And it's been hot this summer. Missed all of 2019, and think about what a tragedy that is for him, because he hit 48 home runs 2 years later, and that was the year of the home run. He might have hit 60 that year.
He might have. He might have passed George Brett a long time ago, but instead it was yesterday.
318th home run of his, you would certainly hope, Hall of Fame career. The 2-1, low and away on the appeal.
That's one thing Salvi will do. He'll help you out a little bit once in a while. He's got chase.
He will not walk. Really struggling against righties this year, more than he ever has. The slider gets him down, and that will be the end of the day.
It's good job, Madden. Good job by Madden in the outage strong. He walked the leadoff guy when he first came in, and from then on he was pretty dominant. But you see Salvi chasing a 4-seam nowhere close, but then a really good slider here. Starts in the zone, has a lot of depth to it, good late movement. It's a great strikeout pitch, and that's why we see that strikeout rate remains high for Ty Madden.
And it's a lot of swing and miss. Nice hand from the crowd as he walks off. Summers coming on with 2 outs in the 7th.
Bonus bets.
Ball side windows pitching change brings Drew Summers into the game. How much is the confidence that A.J. Hinch has in this young man growing? He gave him the 4-3 ninth inning yesterday, and if he'd gotten the outs, I think he would have stayed in. That was in game 1. Struck out the first batter, but after walking a single, it was Kyle Finnegan who closed that game out. But A.J. Hinch was giving him the ninth in a 1-run game, and he has come a long way in a very short time.
If he throws strikes, his stuff definitely plays. And sometimes you got to throw people into the fire a little bit and continue to try to grow their confidence, get them in different spots, get uncomfortable so they can continue that growth.
Drop and drive. Drew delivers a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside edge.
It's a good arm angle. Throws around his body.
He is becoming a force in this bullpen. Two very different looks from your two lefties. AJ loves it. He can sink it. He can get ground balls. Even the games where he's given up runs. Remember, he gave up 3 runs a couple of weeks ago. There wasn't a ball hit over like 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, nobody was hitting it hard. Little ground balls that found the hole. But he's got that low arm angle.
Got it. Drew Summers gets Caglione to end the top of the 7th inning. Well, coming up, it's the Figer Law 7th inning stretch. We're going to stay here for God Bless America. Our vocalist today is Latoria McBride.
Please stand and join us in the singing of God Bless America, performed today by Latoria McBride.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, wide with hope. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Lincoln Financial. Make your pastimes last a lifetime. We have had some of the greatest shots of little ones. I love the headphones. Hall of Fame class 2026. How about this group? Carlos Beltran, what a two-way player he was. Andrew Jones, my goodness. Anybody have a better arm in center field? And Jeff Kent was always one of those guys, like, I remember Jim Leland always talking about, you know, this guy's underrated. He should be in the Hall of Fame. It took a minute. Wow, Pearson on the mound almost drills McGonigal in the midsection, gets out of the way, ball 1. Andrew Jones in center field, though. Oh man.
That first 10 years of his career, because he came up at like 19.
Yep, he did.
And he was hitting home runs in the World Series right out the gate. And then he was the most dominant center fielder for a decade.
You couldn't get a ball to drop if you hit it gap to gap with Jones in center field.
Yeah, Jeff Kent was one of those first, you know, the second baseman that would hit home runs.
Yeah.
Because those middle infielders for a lot of years, you know, they hit the ball around, more average, try to hit for average, not as much power. And he was one of those second basemen that kind of changed the way people looked at the value of that position.
Quickly 3-0 on McGonigal. Another fastball misses up. And Carlos Beltran, had the pleasure of watching him for most of his career in this job. And I mean, just that power speed combo. Great example of how almost every World Series team that maybe has a young core could use that seasoned veteran. And I always think of him joining Houston in 2017 on their World Series run. Foul down the first base line, and he was a big piece for that team. Very young core, obviously, and while the numbers may not look great, he was a big presence in that clubhouse at age 40. last year. Helped Houston to the World Series.
I still think Lou Whitaker is better than Jeff Kent.
Can Lou Whitaker just get into the Hall of Fame already?
I mean, if you put, like, Jeff Kent probably had a few peak years offensively that were better. But
no offense.
If you look at the whole career.
Number one was better.
Well, number one was better. Second baseman, better offense.
Any
like
which way you want to slice it.
There's no way that Jeff Kent should be in the Hall of Fame and Lou Whitaker's not. That doesn't make sense. I mean, he's a great player, Jeff Kent, but Lou Whitaker was.
The Eras Committee vote the last time was jaw-droppingly bad.
Yeah.
His vote total went down.
Yeah, it's absurd.
And any which way you want to look at it. You want to look at it by raw numbers, fine. You want to look at it for WAR, wins above replacement, go that route.
Yeah, what stat matters?
How about the opinions of his peers?
Right. No, it's crazy, and I'm happy for Jeff Kent.
Absolutely.
He deserves
No,
it, but Lou Whitaker has been snubbed to a degree that is so unreasonable and unfair.
It's staggering. One of the big problems for Lou right now is they got these different eras committees, and they divided into decades, right?
Yeah.
And the way they have divided that eras committee, one ends at the middle of Lou's career, and the other one picks up at the middle of his career. So it's like they're considering a guy in two different eras that he split the middle of both. In other words, half his career was in one era, half in the other. So it's like, are they only looking at his numbers in the years that you're supposed to be considering? I'm not quite sure how his vote total, though, could have dropped. Lou Whitaker, one of the best, 19 years together with Alan Trammell. Just go back and have fun someday and just, what were the best? What did they look like? Turning a double play? Go watch those guys on YouTube, as David Fidrich instructed us to do.
Yeah, and Lou Whitaker was a better second baseman, defensively much better than Jeff Kent. It's like his defense, the metrics we have now, you can really see the value that a defensive player can bring.
Yep.
And that's why Lou Whitaker's WAR is so high. I mean, his offense was great, but his defense was unbelievable. So he was a complete player.
Complete player. You want a double play turn, get a ball on the ground. Ask Dan Petrie. Lou and Tram would turn it.
You know how much confidence that pitching staff had if the ball was hit up the middle?
And they weren't all routine.
No.
They weren't all hit right at him.
I thought it was interesting. We talked to Trammell and Lou up in the booth one day. We were talking to them, and they were so smart because they played on turf in Kansas City. And they said, that ball would skip through that turf. So instead of trying to always make certain types of plays, they backed up and would just take one out at times instead of playing in on the normal double play depth.
Right.
So even though they're the greatest double play combo of all time, they would do whatever it took to help their ball club win games. There wasn't any of this pride like, well, we're a double play duo, so we're just going to play in and turn double plays. They backed up and would take one out so the ball wouldn't get through the infield.
So let's take a look at the comparison between these two. I mean, start again, WAR. It's not a be-all, end-all, but it sure is a good starting point, and that's pretty good. Same number of games, basically. Same number of plate appearances. Lou had more. Jeff Kent had more power. Base hit. Oh, no. Taken away. Leaping grab by
That's what it
Lofton.
feels like that Lou Whitaker's not in the Hall of Fame. I feel like Riley Green right now. You just smoke a ball. No love.
Big dreams.
Lou Whitaker, we were just talking about. Let's watch some Lou Whitaker highlights. Oh, he could reach. That overhang in right at Tiger Stadium. I mean, there was surprising pop. He was not a power hitter early, and then you could rely on him for the power as his career progressed. Not a big man, but oh, he had quick wrists, and that ball jumped off his bat. Summers facing the Royals in the 8th inning. Marte, Collins, a switch hitter, weaker from the right side. And then Jensen, a lefty. Perfect pocket for Drew Summers.
That's that four-seam
I love
fastball.
that low arm angle ride.
Yep, it's
that
rare.
fastball.
It's rare to have a guy that's got a 12-degree arm angle, throws sidearm, and runs that four-seam mid-90s up above the barrel.
The backdoor slider. Lee makes the catch for the first out in the 8th. Let's head down to Logan Reaver.
Hey, Dan. Good news.
Still
we
eating.
have more food.
I keep turning around in the booth here, and I'm like, okay, where are the snacks?
You know, it's funny. We started with the guy that went to the Morgan Wallen concert. Who do you think's in more pain right now?
You're taking care of him. Yeah, that's a big heart right there.
Yeah,
Way to go.
The good news is the food is amazing. The ice cream sundae here to top it off on top of it, too. Somebody gave me a puke bag when I was walking back up to the set, so Tigers fans are very courteous as well, as we know.
I think the only way to follow up a foot-long coney is
ice cream
with an ice cream sundae.
Sure. Cheat day.
We've known that. Scholars have known that for years.
Scholars, studies show. Summers filling up the strike zone. Another foul off of Brian Honora. He's tough back there. He's like, I'm fine. Don't keep checking on me.
Yeah. He said, yep, just glanced right off my face mask. All good.
Summers waiting for Collins to dig back in. This is advantage Summers with Collins batting from the right side. Walk 0 for 2 today. 2 for 12 in the series. Does have a home run. That was from the left side. 0-2. That ball just gets on you quick. A little pop fly is going to drop. Zach McKinstry's now in right field. We'll get the ball into Haju Lee. 0-2. Little bloop.
This is what we've seen some of the hits that Drew has given up. It's these little bloopers.
This is fairly typical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not hit hard at all. Just beat him on a fastball in, but popped it up to the right spot. Now he gets the lefty Carter Jensen. He's hit lefties decent this year. Jensen has.
Yeah, first full year, and he's been better against lefties, but this isn't your ordinary lefty. He's been chewing up lefties. What contact there has been soft. Jensen came in the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning and walked. Fastball up and in. Check swing. He went. Wow. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, as he starts swinging, he's actually going to try to start getting out of the way. I think he realized the ball was coming at him, but that's a good call.
Ooh, I think that's a generous call. I'll take it. He can get chased on that fastball with that low arm angle. It's a low vertical approach angle. That means you can get swing and miss underneath it again and again, and we've seen that. And he's got some velocity in that left arm. Mid-90s fastball. To see the confidence just growing is really fun. I mean, in spring training, you know, he was very honest. You know, he was kind of spraying the ball a little bit, and he just, yeah, I'm a little nervous, you know.
For sure.
I really want to make this team.
That's right.
And then he sprayed the ball a little bit early, but really, Andy, he's dialed it in pretty well. Starting with his early innings since his call from Toledo. And he just pours in a 96-mile-an-hour sinker and freezes Jensen. Man.
That's beautiful by Summers. Beautiful. Goes up with the four-seam a few times, and then he throws that little swing-back sinker on the outside corner. Just freezes the lefty. Yeah, that ball looks like it's a mile away from you, and then it comes back and catches the outside corner.
Not a comfortable at-bat for a lefty. Michael Massey came into the game also pinch hitting in the 6th inning. So again, it just sets up the perfect pocket. It's really what AJ is hoping for in the middle innings of a close game. empty the bench, and then it sets up the matchups in his favor later. Massey shows bunt, didn't go, pulled the bat back in time, ball one.
Shows what the hitter sees too, because Massey gets up there and he's like, I'm going to try to get a bunt hit here. Tigers are going to bring Colt in a little bit, see if he wants to try it again. Put him in a little better position if he does.
Massey almost never faces lefties, doesn't hit lefties. Soft little ground ball will go foul, and he's behind to 0-2, or make it 1-1. Massey just 2 for 13 against lefties this year. This is so much fun to watch the development of a young, hard-throwing lefty, and the confidence growing outing by outing. Usually his outings are an out or 2. He's going to get perhaps the chance to get 4 outs here.
You see Massey he's like, I'm going to challenge that. No. Then he grabbed and acted like he was adjusting his helmet. It's hilarious seeing some of these hitters just baffled on what's the strike and what's not.
The 1-2. Ooh, he just got a piece of the riding four-seam fastball. Not many even foul that pitch off.
If you do go breaking ball here, you want it to be away, be a swing and miss pitch. You don't want to do Massey a favor right here and hang a breaking ball. But they did speed him up with that high heat. But Summers got to know if Dingler does call a breaking ball, just get it away from him.
I like to stay up with the fastball. 1-2, high fly ball to right. He did not keep the slider down, and Michael Massey has just hit a 2-run home run to right on a hanging slider. My goodness. 2-out, 2-run home run, and the Royals take a 5-4 lead in the 8th.
That's what we were just talking about. It's a pitch type that he has yet to master. I've seen him throw that pitch a few times where he just get it away. Dingler wants that ball away from him, but you see where it stays, it's middle. You don't want to help a guy out, speed his bat up by throwing a slider. If you throw the slider, it's got to be far away from his body. But good job by Massey.
Bunt back to the mound that Summers will handle. Velasquez bunts into an out, the 3rd of the 8th. Another late home run, and the Tigers are down a run.
Some people might give you
The Cleveland Guardians will soon be at Comerica Park for an AL Central Division showdown against your Tigers. Get down here August 11th through the 13th for all the action. Head to tigers.com/tickets.
Ex-Tiger John Schreiber got that low arm angle. Very effective reliever. We saw him in the Tigers' 4-3 win the other day. Gave up the home run to James Outman. This is just Mr. Steady out of that bullpen. He's never going to put up eye-popping numbers, but there's more velo than when he was with the Tigers. That started in Boston. And every year you know what you're going to get.
Yeah, he's tough on righties this year. Lefties have hit him pretty well, and that's one of the things. Last time Schreiber took the bump against the Tigers, the lefties did him in. But he's got that little four-seam sweeper action. Likes the sinker to the righties.
Sliding stop by Lofton. 1 out in the 8th.
Man, we've seen the Tigers keep hitting the ball pretty well here late in the innings, trying to score some runs, but good defense by the Royals. Riley Green got robbed the last out of last inning, and Lofton does a nice job getting over to that baseball quick. Get up, quick little spin throw to get his guy.
Well, Jerry came in for Carpenter in this spot in the lineup earlier in the game. He had just the one at bat. Now Zach McKinstry, first at bat of the day. The right-left split has never been this large for John Schreiber. This is an opportunity for Zach McKinstry, who's been pretty solid since the beginning of June. It's been a little streaky lately, but when he's got that line drive stroke dialed in, we're seeing him spray the ball all around and with something behind it. Got a good hitter's count, 2-1. Torque waiting on deck. OPS for righties is 479. For lefties, it's 1070, over 1,000 OPS. And that's 350 with power. Outman with the 3-run home run off Schreiber in game 1. That wiped out a 2-0 Kansas City lead. Hold off the four-seam fastball, 3-2. First at bat of the day for Zach. Torque waiting on deck. Sweeper misses away. 1-out walk in the 8th inning. Torque has walked twice today and hit a fly ball to center. This bat is overdue. He's hitless in 8 at-bats with a couple of walks in this series.
He's going to want one of those sinkers that comes middle in on him and pull it to left field. It's a pitch type Torque has hit well. They wanted to stay away from him primarily.
And the first pitch sweeper is middle. That's an opportunity right there. You can hear the effort behind every delivery for John Schreiber. 2 years with the Tigers in 2019 and 2020. Carlson High School in Gibraltar, born in Wyandotte. Base hit into left. McKinstry is going to run right in the face of Collins. Throw! Got him! Oh, man. He tried to deke him going around second. Collins never hesitated. One hop strike to third.
Yeah, he saw Collins just setting back to field the ground ball, but he threw an absolute strike into third base to get him barely. Tigers are going to challenge it. Why not at this point? This is a big play. Does he get the glove down in time, Dan?
Yep.
I mean, we've seen Collins.
You can't see it there, but on the first angle you could. He got it on the left arm.
We have seen Collins play really good left field, but McKinstry trying to take advantage of him setting back for that half second.
I got to see that first angle from the first. Here we go. I think he's got him right there. He's out.
But
that's a heck of a call by third base umpire Eric Backus.
I mean, the thought was there for McKinstry. He saw Collins playing back on the baseball. Went ahead and went for it, but Collins threw a strike.
Great shot. I mean, that captured it right there. Laz Diaz will let us know.
After review, the call's been confirmed. The runner's out. Detroit loses the challenge.
Collins robbed a home run. That would have been a grand slam off the bat of Riley Green in the first game of this series. He's made a couple other nice plays and comes up big here with a throw on the money.
I mean,
3-run homer, Outman. Did it only a few short nights ago, Dan.
That's a quick short stroke, isn't it? And
That was with 2 strikes. It was 2-2 count. Tried to sneak a fastball by him, and Outman got him. See if he can deliver again.
Jumped up and just missed. I tell you, I give Collins a lot of credit. You see, I mean, McKinstry was trying to catch him as he looked down, deking him like he was going to stop at second. So many outfielders can't react after that. This is in the air to center field, but Lane Thomas is there. Tigers looked like they had something brewing. Collins cuts the rally off.
All we do is win.
Wallside Windows pitching change brings Brennan Hanafy into the game. Brennan Hanafy, the ground ball machine, putting together a string of pretty solid outings. 17 2/3, so it's 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's a pitch to contact pitcher. But with that high ground ball rate, you can live with that. You'd probably like to see a little more swing and miss, but he's never going to be that guy. We've talked about it a fair amount. The slider needs to be that real weapon against righties. But the sinker at 97, that works.
That's always been his trademark, that little bowling ball sinker. He can get in on righties with it.
Breaks a bat. Lane Thomas. Yu Lee takes care of him to start the 9th inning. And now a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Because Hanafy's so much better against righties than lefties, AJ tries to find the right pocket for him, and this is a pretty good pocket. You can't always guarantee you're going to get 3 righties in a row. It's actually rare. He'll get 3 righties in a row here to start the top of the 9th inning. Sinker away, and it's quickly 2-0. Lefties have had a pretty big edge. 2024 is first really full year in the major leagues. He shut down righties and lefties. Lefties again have had the edge the last 2 years. Righties have hit him a little bit this year, but it's not for power. The 2-1. Velocity's trending up for Brennan Hanafy too. Starting to see that consistent 96, 97. Well, the Tigers done a good job against Lofton for the most part in this series.
There's Steven Cruz warming up. That must be who's got the night. Hard throwing righty.
Sinker, a little swing back. Challenged. This challenge is powered by T-Mobile, and it's going to be really close. There it is, strike 3.
I think the conversation he was having with the home plate umpire was like, hey, we got 2 of them, nothing personal here. I just know it's close.
It wasn't an adamant challenge.
Yeah. I think that's he was just saying, hey, you might be right on this, but we got 2 of them.
Can't take them with you.
Don't hold anything against me in future games that you may umpire.
Four-seam fastball gets strike 1. Perez 0 for 3 today, 2 for 15 in the series. Hit by a pitch first time up. Fastball right by him. Feels like that's how you want to attack.
Yeah, I'd say stay there. You don't want to risk throwing a slider. That's your second best pitch.
Did try the slider, made sure that the miss was away.
Away, that's right. There's certain hitters you just know if you're going to throw a pitch, it's like make it be away. Your miss is going to be on the closer side to a ball than a strike. Now here comes some power. Huh.
Back to back.
Well, now he knows the fastball's coming, Dan.
Got to be, right?
Right. Nobody can throw 3 sliders in a row, could they? You know what Salvi's going to be waiting on.
If you are close with this next pitch, if you throw it in that same spot, you will get a swing. Salvador Perez has walked like twice this year.
Yeah, he likes to swing it. He's a pretty swinging guy. Oh,
And
ball out
I
of
am
hand.
wrong.
That was one was a little further away.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens. You play around with it. He swung through the heater twice. Swung through that heater, then they messed around with him trying to get him to bite on a slider away that wasn't even close. Worked him back into the count and he gets a walk. And now you got to face the lefty, who you don't really want to face. It's got serious power. Caglione can hit a ball a country mile.
Again, lefties, it's been tough.
Then they got Pasquantino on deck too, so and if he's got his work cut out for him. See if he can get a little ground ball out here.
Like that?
There you go. That'll do. Let's go get those bats, win a ball game.
Lee, Keith, McGonigal coming up. Tigers on a run.
When you're
Our Curado postgame show coming up just after this game goes final. And what do you know? It's another one-run game right now between the Royals and the Tigers. This time, the Tigers looking to crawl back and walk this thing off. Let me tell you guys something. Hao-Yu Lee has been hot. He's leading off the inning. That's the guy you might want at the plate right now. But these one-run games are making me nervous, so I'm glad Logan left his puke bag up here with me. So I've got it in hand.
Steven Cruz is not unlike Matt Strom from the right side, meaning lefties have hit him for average for power. Hao-Yu Lee leads off. Highlighted him in the open because he's had a big week. Heck, he's been good since mid-June, since his recall from Toledo. He can hit a fastball. Cruz has a big fastball, singled off him the other night when the Tigers scored the go-ahead run in a 3-3 game off of Cruz. Popped up foul and out of play. Keith, McGonigal to follow. Righties have hit 240 with a little power. Lefties have only hit 213 against this righty. 8 home runs in 80 at-bats. Whoa! 99 at the head. Yikes.
Man, I'm glad he got out of there in time.
Oh, man.
That was right at the noggin.
Yikes. Oh.
Now you got to get a little time here. Recollect your thoughts. See your life flash before your eyes there for a half second. And now you got to step right back in there, flush that, and get after it.
They're giving him a moment, as they should. Parts of 4 seasons in the major leagues for Cruz. There's a lot of swing and miss with this righty on the mound, and a lot of hard contact. That's a heck of a take after getting buzzed head high. $29,000 plus urging on their Tigers, and it starts with a leadoff walk. That's another thing we've seen from Hao-Yu Lee, Andy. More discipline, especially against righties when he tends to be really aggressive.
That's a big at bat to get a leadoff guy on. Cruz throws hard. It's tough. You don't have much time to discern whether it's a ball or a strike. And you saw how Hao-Yu Lee just stayed very calm, even after the tower got buzzed, to stick in there, take those pitches that were off, not by a lot. And now you get your lefty up with a runner on.
Well, Keith had a walk-off hit earlier this season against Kansas City, and this was that wild comeback in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tigers were down 9-7. Riley Green had delivered 2 of the double. Cole Keith delivered the winner. Cutter high and tight. It's a hard cutter, as you saw in 94. Cole had the home run stroke working in June. Haven't seen a lot lately. He's due. 1 ball, 1 strike. McGonigal waiting on deck. A righty who doesn't give up a ton of hits to lefties, but when he does, it's for power. Lee short, cautious lead at first, runs the base as well. Perez holding with him. Softly in the air to center. Will it drop? It does! Man, that ball was up in the air a long time. Somehow, Cole Keith got it to drop in between Lane Thomas and Velasquez.
Yeah, we've seen Lane Thomas. He just doesn't have the most range of an outfielder, center fielder, a big ballpark. Velasquez almost makes a hero play here to save the day. He had it in his glove, right on the end of the glove. But in this big, expansive outfield at Comerica Park, it'll expose you.
2 on to start the bottom of the 9th inning. McGonigal. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. This challenge is powered by T-Mobile.
This is one of those, you got to use it. You ain't going to take him home with you.
Still have a challenge left.
That's right.
Popped up. This one will be caught by Collins, the left fielder. 1 out that brings up Gleyber Torres. Talked with Gleyber yesterday about missing a month and just kind of the approach, and we saw some inside out swings to right field, and he's just trying to let the ball travel a little bit, but he's still getting that timing back.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to figure out the fastball. He's starting earlier sometimes and gets caught in between a little more than we're used to seeing.
101 on the hands of the 4-seam fastball foul back. Cruz, nothing fancy.
Yeah, he'll come at you.
He's got triple digits in the back pocket, and he's going to use it. 2 on, 1 out. Cutter for strike 2. Gleyber 1 for 13 in the series with 3 walks. Lee runs well. Outfield normal depth. Thomas in center shades to right center. Caglione has the big arm. He's in and right. And a cutter gets a swing and miss strikeout. Tigers down to the last batter.
Yeah, with the cut action, it stays away from Gleyber. He was anticipating a sinker or the 4-seam action that would just stay there. That's a good pitch. Well, good news is you got an all-star up, and he's a lefty. There's one hitter on the left-handed hitters Cruz has struggled against more this year.
Cutter has him jackknifing out of the way. Dingler waiting on deck, hoping that Riley Green can extend this game, or that he doesn't get a chance to bat because Riley Green has ended it. The 1-0. That's a heck of a pitch, that cutter. It's 94, 95 with some serious late movement. Wow. And followed up with a triple-digit fastball. The 1-1. He's just going to stick with the cutter. Now he's throwing a 97. Why throw anything else?
No kidding.
Wow. That's wicked. Keeping it down and into the lefty. Tigers down to their last strike. The 1-2. Got a piece for another cutter. Woo. I don't know. I mean, you're just defending yourself against that pitch.
That's it. He's trying to get underneath the barrel. Did on the first 2. Riley's 2-strike approach here. He gets the foot down. Smashes it into his shin bone. That didn't feel good at all. Oh, got him on the back leg.
Yeah.
Ow. Give him a little time to shake it off. But yeah, you see how he's attacking. And then they really get you looking in there hard, Dan. That's when that four seam or a cutter away, it looks like it's way away. It's hard to stay balanced. You just got to try to keep your approach back through the middle, even though it's coming in on your hands, or else you'll start cheating so far in there, you'll swing at balls. And if they throw anything away, you ain't got a chance.
Does he get another cutter? He got triple digits.
That's a really good job, though. After all those cutters in, to be able on a pitch away at 100, be able to get a piece of it and continue the at-bat.
4 straight cutters. And then the triple-digit fastball. 6th pitch of the at-bat on the way. 99 and another foul. Riley Green will see at least 7 pitches in this trip to the plate.
Looks like that foot's still hurting.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's trying to shake it
down
off.
onto that left toe. Lee at second, Keith at first, itching to come home. Tigers down a run in the 9th. Popped up. Foul safely.
Blow it out of here, Dan. Will it out of here, Dan. Dan's up here waving that thing. Go foul. Go foul. Come on. Come on, Riley.
This crowd's into it. He delivered a big 2-run double against the Royals in that game where Colt Keith had the walk-off hit. Can he deliver here? Got it. Cutter, pitch number 8. And the Royals earn the split. Big hits, big home runs each of the last 2 days. And Kansas City comes into Detroit and splits.
Just a gut punch. After winning the first 2, and you were in control of both of the games the last 2 days, and you gave it up late like the Tigers did, it's tough. Whenever you say, hey, we could have. What could have been for the Tigers in this series, we all know, could have been a sweep. But now they're staring down a split. And what adjustments do they need to make going forward? It's like, hey, these games, if you don't score runs early, you allow these teams to hang around, and one swing of the bat can change it. It makes it difficult. But good job by the Kansas City Royals starting pitching. They pitched really well. Tigers got to their bullpen, but Kansas City got to the Tigers bullpen as well. So good job by Kansas City to hang in there. Baltimore's coming in.
Team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs, hit 3 big ones late the last 2 days. Royals earn a split. Stay with us. Post game, Daniela Bruce coming up when we come back.